Yoko and Frisky dimensional ring. Yoko and Frisky dimensional ring. Yoko and Frisky dimensional ring.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Yoko and Frisky's Dimensional Rift. I'm here with my boy Frankie Blaze on Thanksgiving Eve, and we're talking everything Fast and Furious, because, you know, it's a movie about family.
I mean, when you're like thinking about Thanksgiving, you're thinking about having a warm meal, the thing that comes to mind always will be family, you know? Sipping a Corona with your mates, sipping a Corona with your family, seeing a great generational movie.
Exactly. It's a movie for everybody. It has really good and like all the age demographics and all the ethnic groups. You know, you see yourself on screen in at least one of these movies.
I mean, 100%. When you look at yourself at Vin Diesel, I mean, you can always take a big guess as to whether or not you're seeing yourself on screen.
Vincent Diesel. It's funny because I was in Vegas 2 weeks ago for my birthday, and I actually got to stand next to Vincent Diesel's wax figure at Madame Tussauds.
Okay, you did it at Madame Tussauds in like Times Square?
No, man, this is Madame Tussauds in Las Vegas, baby.
It's kind of weird that they don't have him out here in New York.
Well, you know, maybe he's blacklisted. I'm looking for the picture. But yeah, this franchise has been going on since I was in the 6th grade. I was 11 years old when this shit started, and it's still going. I found the picture.
Oh shit, man! You're only a couple inches off of him.
Yeah, man,
it's crazy.
The arms.
The arms are pretty much the same, though. Your guys are killing it.
It's all about the arms. I'll post it on X so you guys can see it.
Man, you just call that fucking Twitter. Or Blue Sky. It's funny to think about like this, the fact that this franchise has been going on as long as it has. I mean, again, from being legitimately, if no one even cares about it, this movie is technically a remake of an older movie called The Fast and the Furious.
That's true, right?
Yeah, it was a movie.
60s?
Yeah, it was a movie in the '60s, but it became what it became purely because of Vin Diesel.
Oh yeah, Vin Diesel really took this franchise and shaped it.
I mean,
in his image.
He shaped it in his image mainly because the studios wanted to get a banger hit back out. I mean, again, you did The Fast and the Furious, 2 Fast and Furious, and then Tokyo Drift, and they slowly started losing their way, so they needed to reinfuse it with Vin Diesel.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. What's funny is, well, first of all, we're not doing no Yoko reacts. We're not doing no reviews because Frankie's here. The goal is to keep this under 2 hours. That is the goal. We're gonna talk about all these films.
I mean, let's see how much we can do with how many Coronas we're gonna drink.
So we're on Corona number 2 right now. We still got a bunch.
I mean, that's only like a little taste for when Too Fast, Too Furious comes out.
Salute. Cheers. But yeah, we're gonna examine the franchise and how it's evolved over the years. And it came from very humble beginnings. This was supposed to be a vehicle to launch Paul Walker's career. Yeah. Because he has first billing on the first movie.
Yeah, because at the time, no one knew who the fuck Vin Diesel was.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the honest truth. You did, unless you were very popular with Street Sharks.
Or if you watched Pitch Black.
Pitch Black, and I mean, that's technically what put him more on the map than this movie did.
And Saving Private Ryan. Right?
And, yeah, of course, and Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, so... I mean, Paul Walker was already famous from Tammy and the T-Rex.
Of course, Tammy and the T-Rex, classic, hit from the fucking 80s.
No, what? He was in Varsity Blues?
He was in Varsity Blues. No, Tammy and the T-Rex was the 90s, right? It was the 90s.
It was like 93.
Yeah, 93.
I still have it on my laptop somewhere.
I forgot. The greatest thing about that movie is, of course, the eyes on the T-Rex.
Yeah, man. No, my favorite part of Tammy and the T-Rex is when he's making a phone call and you see the glove, little fingers. All right. We're not talking about Tammy and the T-Rex.
I mean, we could do a whole fucking movie, like not a podcast about Tammy and the T-Rex.
We could, but now is not the time. But, the greatest thing about Tammy and the T-Rex is when he's making a phone call and you see the little glove, fingers. Oh, all right. We're not talking about Tammy and the T-Rex. We could, but now is not the time. We could, but now is not the time. But yeah, Paul Walker was supposed to like really be the face of the franchise,
And he kind of still is.
yeah, he's like the heart and spirit.
Like him, like 100%. I mean, yeah, Paul. We'll get into it when we go into like Too Fast, Too Furious. But Paul Walker remains one of the top billings. One of the big top billings of this movie. Vin Diesel overshadowed him, but Paul Walker still 100% like one of the lead. He drives. He's the one of the driving forces of the movie, of most of all these movies.
See, I'm looking at the Wikipedia now, and it says it stars Vin Diesel. They put him first, but if you look at the poster, oh wait, Vin Diesel's still above.
Did they change it? Did they edit that poster?
I think they retconned it. Cause
Are we living in a Berenstein or Berenstein Bear world?
I swear to God that when I have the movie on a Blu-ray or a DVD, and I'm telling you, man, Paul Walker's name was originally above Vin Diesel's. I'm not joking, man. I'm not joking, chat. You're gonna look it up. Anyway, but let's talk about what this movie draws a lot of comparisons to the other film from the 90s, which is Point Break.
Yeah.
A lot of this movie follows Point Break's formula. If you guys haven't seen Point Break, it's about an FBI agent going undercover as a surfer.
Or as the best reads of all time by Shadow the Hedgehog himself. I am an FBI agent!
Yes. Oh, man. But yeah, it's Keanu Reeves. He goes undercover to break up like a fucking bank robbery gang.
Yeah, they were called
surf.
They were called like the Presidents or something. I forget. It's been a long time since I've seen
Like
Point Break.
Presidents,
The Dead Presidents. Yeah, Dead Presidents. It's a great movie.
Oh,
but
it's great.
but 100%, this variation of the Fast and the Furious is literally a clone of Point Break.
It's a good clone, though.
It's a great clone. It is a successful clone of Point Break.
I mean,
It takes the bullet points of that movie. There is a gang stealing stuff. There is a cop who needs to stop said gang by infiltrating said gang by pretending to be one of them, falling in love with said gang's motif, and then having, conflicting feelings of turning in said gang because of how much they are so,
he's in too deep, man.
not just in too deep, but we're not so different, you and I.
We're not so different, you and I. It got a screen credit by David Ayer. That's interesting.
That's funny.
I didn't know that. Suicide Squad director David Ayer. Everybody's favorite movie. But yeah. I mean, at the time, I didn't know that. I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that. Unless they're like movie buffs, But yeah, funny enough, when this came out, I did not see it in theaters. I did not see the first Fast and Furious in theaters until we saw the re-release a few years ago.
That's right. You and I saw the re-release. Yeah.
Ironically, there was a lot of traffic that day.
Yeah. I mean, to your point too, I didn't watch this in theater either at the time, which I do find funny. If you remember, one of the movies that spun out of this movie, I did watch in theaters, which was Torque.
Oh my God, Torque. Yeah.
You ever want to see a motorcycle kung fu fight in place of ads?
Ice Cube's in that, right?
Is he? I don't fucking remember.
No, I'm gonna look up the trailer for Torque.
It's been so long since I've seen fucking Torque, and I've only saw it the one time, and that was at Virgin Records movie theater in Times Square.
I know we're jumping around a little bit, but yeah.
At 200 miles an hour,
After the fact,
there's little time to think, less time to choose, no time to stop.
anyway.
Let's have you back.
Oh, it's in like
Seems your buddy Junior turned up dead. The feds think you did it. Reapers think you did it. Hell, everybody thinks you did it.
Knock smash.
He is in the movie.
Innocent men
Okay.
don't
Well, yeah,
run.
there's many copycats after the fact.
You got balls even coming here, you know that?
I took off so you
This
wouldn't
was
get
the
dragged
one
into
that
it.
like directed a lot.
Must be frustrating.
How over the top it was.
Now, The only way to clear his name
You got a plan, right?
But everywhere you go, everything
that guy?
turns to hell.
I forget. He was he was a mainstay
to
back
take
then
them all
because he was
for
like
a
pretty
ride.
more actor generic. You could get to
You ain't
be
gonna
your
like
lead.
this.
He's your Paul Walker stand.
from the producer of the Fast and the Furious, SWAT, and Triple X.
Look at that. You saw that?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Should pick on girls.
With the girls
Yep.
dancing.
Want some of
See
this?
that?
Oh, I
You
bet
see
never
that,
asked.
that advertisement?
Take
Product
care of
placement at its finest. You do a kung fu fight in front of two giant soda fucking
Been funny, it was
billboards.
easy, right?
Does it have to be this much fun?
Foreshadows where the direction of the franchise
That's it.
would go. 'Cause this is like super over the top already.
Don't just cross the line. Burn it.
It's charming how silly the quality is. It's kind of complicated.
I would love.
CGI,
Yeah, look at that. That's
baby!
amazing. Early 2000 CGI. Fantastic.
Reminds me of that game.
I want to live. I
Freestyle.
want to live in the Torque universe and see what Torque 10 is like now.
In an alternate timeline, Torque would have been the one to
The
take
shift
off.
into this new timeline.
But yeah, let's go back. We're gonna watch the original trailer for the first, The Fast and the Furious, because that's the original title. That's part 1. Let's go. Show you guys at home. Hopefully, we won't get.
I mean, Ja Rule. Remember Ja Rule?
Let's go for a little ride.
I mean, this movie did fantastic to promote like these new freaking, AutoZone fucking
This is yours. But
young
if you
actors.
win,
Yeah, sure.
you get her too.
But like, Monica!
What the hell is that all
Oh,
about?
I keep
Business deal that went
missing Johnny
sour. Plus, I
Tran.
made the mistake of sleeping with his sister.
But you watch it. Alright. Normal 2000.
I do love that this movie technically doesn't give you nothing, except for the fact that there's gonna be a lot of action. Oh shit! Oh shit!
That one guy.
Leon! Moving along, pizza boy.
Look, they show you the end of the movie.
I know that.
Bastard.
I mean, early 2000s, even now,
Show you the end of the movie.
movies will be fucking spoiled till all hell.
And that was a trip down memory lane. The first Fast and the Furious. But honestly, alright, like put yourself in the shoes of a moviegoer in the year 2001. 2001, a good year, right? And you're just looking for a little escapism, and you see this, and you're just like, yeah, I guess I'll check it out when it's on video or something, maybe.
Like back in 2001, they'll be not just on video, but when it hits home release on those movie channels that you would like,
HBO, Showtime,
like the one that you normally would like just be playing the movie on repeat.
Skinamax. But yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, you look at this and like, oh, there's nothing special about this. It's fine.
Like early 2001, The Fast and the Furious is very, again, as we said before, if you saw Point Break prior, you know what you're expecting when you watch this movie. It wasn't anything to write home about. It was, again, driven by the main leads. Like Vin Diesel did a fantastic job when he was doing the movie. Paul Walker did a fantastic job with what he was given.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yep,
Did a great time.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Rick Yoon.
I mean, the I would say Michelle Rodriguez gets a lot more later. Again, in the early 2001 movie, these characters are just
Caricatures.
They are staple. They are stapled on props to hang for the rest of the movies. That's
Like-
it.
All right, like Dominic Toretto. He's the leader. He's the main dude.
He's the guy we're going after.
Ryan O'Connor, protagonist.
Exactly.
Cop with a heart of gold. He's like a Labrador retriever. Michelle Rodriguez, Letty. She's the girlfriend.
She's the
Tough
girl.
chick.
She's a tough chick.
Tough
Again,
chick.
barely does anything in the movie. The only other lead female character is
Mia.
who's like
the sister.
who's Dominic's sister.
Little sister.
Yeah, little sister. But she gets more to do because again, Paul Walker was the lead of the movie. That was his love interest.
Exactly. Like Letty, I mean, she gets like she says this line like, "I smell skank."
Exactly. Like she gets memorable.
She
she
gets
gets
some good
memorable
one-liners.
lines, and of course, like famous things like Paul Walker saying "tuna no crust."
And then you got Vince, who's the asshole.
And shilling out for a
Tough guy.
for a burger joint somewhere for like $3.99 or some shit.
I know. They have a sandwich shop in the first movie, and they never acknowledge it ever again.
Nope.
They never said who took over. If
I mean,
they sold it.
The sandwich shop was built into the garage, if I remember, because
Right.
Vin Diesel, because Dominic Toretto was like had a cage in the back that he sat in, which I think they remember he sat in the cage,
He sat in the cage, like,
which is very indicative of
wild
like a
animal.
garage where he like does his stuff in, like does most of his work.
You're right. He's just in a cage, just monitoring everything.
Yeah. Again, before we see him full on, because we see him from the back of the head.
And you're supposed to know who that is.
Exactly.
Based on the back of that.
You're supposed to know that that's Dominic Toretto.
He does get a fucking badass intro.
He do.
And then
But also very ineffectual because I love when when it's everything goes down. Brian gets into a fight with freaking Vince, and
the iconic song plays. Watch your back.
Exactly, the iconic song plays.
Watch your back.
Dominic Toretto comes out. He goes like, "You work for I forget the guy's name, but you're done. You're done." And then
Done.
he doesn't get fired. He doesn't get fired. Like he said, he goes to a whole notion of like he's gonna get Brian O'Connell fired. Doesn't get fired, which makes me go like, something should be up here.
No, but that shows how much power Dominic has.
Exactly,
On the streets.
But when his power is negated, that should clue him in that something's wrong.
Oh yeah, they should have known he was a cop a mile away.
Almost
So,
immediately.
Especially in that scene where he's like, they find him in the garage, like checking out Johnny.
Oh,
Tran's,
I do
like,
love
shit.
the bullshit he gives to like say like, "Oh man, I'm just trying to figure out what they got on the
I really
hood.
want to see him in the hood, man.
You you writing all these things. We gotta be prepared,
I'm
man."
here because of race wars.
The titular race wars.
I want to finish going through his crew, Dom's crew. You got Jesse. He's the smart guy who dropped out of
Oh my god.
MIT. And then you got Leon, who's just there.
I love in the Wikipedia article a member of Dom's crew, and that's the only credit he has.
Like, Leon is the one guy, besides Jesse, of course, that you do not see again. He's just a friend. He's a dispatcher during the street race at the beginning of the film.
He tells the director of the movie to get the fuck out of there.
Yep. And directed the movie. Cameos as a pizza guy. You love to see it. And his whereabouts after the first film are unknown.
I still expect Leon to make a comeback in Fast. What are we up to now? 11?
Fast
12?
11.
Fast 11?
Technically Fast 10 Part 2.
I say, fasten your seatbelts. Like, I can't wait to see Leon come back as the main antagonist
But it's just-
next to Jesse.
No, it's like, I wonder if Vin Diesel has beef with this guy, because it's so bizarre that they just never acknowledge him ever again.
I mean, Vince gets a guy like Brian.
Vince
We'll
comes
talk about
back.
that later.
I just found that fascinating, and he's done interviews where they're like, "Well, when are you coming back?" And I'm like, "They haven't called me." I don't know.
I mean, he probably
So justice for Leon.
maybe we'll see. Maybe there's something really bad. Who knows?
But I think what made this movie like really memorable in a lot of people's eyes is it's just very campy. It's fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and what I like about it, Dominic Toretto actually has a personality in this one. Like, he's cracking jokes.
That's very true.
Go ahead.
I mean, this very early in Vin Diesel's career that he still hasn't fallen into just being
Gruff,
yeah
stoic man.
basically being a caricature of himself, like just what people expect to see of him, which is just stereotypical tough guy or wizened warrior beyond his years. If I'm gonna honestly get into Vin Diesel's brain and D&D about it.
Yeah, because when you see him when he returns in Part 4, he's playing like a different character.
He's playing wizened old, like warrior monk.
I guess, but you can tell like he's having fun in this movie. He's like cracking jokes. He's very welcoming, like especially all the scenes with Brian. He brings him to the house, and he's like, "The Buster saved my ass." Out there, and he takes fucking Vince's Corona and gives it to him.
That backwash Corona, yeah.
Like
That's how you know you're in the crew and how you're in, best friends with somebody when they give you a backwash fucking drink.
But yeah, once Brian saves Vin from the police, it's love at first drift, man.
That's very true.
Love at first
all set up,
shift.
but
Like I said, it's a very simple story. Right after Race Wars, they go after the trucks with the DVD players.
oh yeah, man, freaking DVD TV combos.
Yes, keep in mind, in the film, later we find out this is 2004.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
The timeline is weird, but they're going after DVDs, DVD combos, DVD TVs, whatever. That's what they're stealing in this first film. They're risking their lives, going after these trucks for DVD.
I mean, remember, well, if we are to believe the impetus of these movies, the gang is more about the thrill rather than just the score.
Because they never say who they're selling these to.
No,
they don't.
But they also never say that they're getting high and high off these fucking robberies.
Yeah, these robbers are really fucking dangerous. They're at night, and then of course the truck drivers eventually.
Oh, I forgot to mention the greatest obstacle that the greatest threat the team has ever met and faced from here till the end of time is truck driver with a shotgun. It's the greatest foe this team has ever faced.
The truck scene. Yeah, and when you look back on it versus what they have done lately, it's kind of fucking hilarious. He just
grab my hand. Just to know what Dominic Toretto is capable of doing later in this film. To just see this, we're what's going on? You're holding yourself back? It's he will literally explode out of the back window of his car into the truck driver's face and stop. He'll probably flip the truck over. He would have, right there, he probably would have grabbed Rich in midair and dragged him back with one arm. No
with a little shootout between two guys on bikes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Johnny Tran. Talk about Johnny Tran.
Oh my God, Johnny Tran. I love Johnny Tran.
The original villain.
The original antagonist. The original antagonist of the franchise. Johnny Tran. Who, rightfully so, is literally pitted worse, as if he is a malicious force, but he's not. They're literally screwing him over. In honesty. And also Brian technically falsely accuses him of not just having drugs, but of being the person who stole the products, of selling the DVD the TV DVD combos. So his family gets shamed unjustly. That's right. Because Brian wants to think that Dominic isn't capable of doing this crime.
He wants to believe
in his friend
so badly that my new best friend Dominic Toretto
my
is
new
not
best
a thief.
friend, who I literally met a week ago, at best.
Justice for Johnny Tran.
Yeah, and then Johnny Tran gets killed in the middle of the street, and I'm honestly, the way that these movies have kept going, I kept thinking Johnny Tran will probably come back as a half cyborg fucking, super villain at the end of it.
He was a good villain.
I expect full well that freaking what's her name in the later Fast and the Furious movies becomes a main antagonist.
Oh, Charlize Theron.
Yeah, but what was her name? Cypher. It was Cypher. Oh, had it correct. That Cypher would have said, "Oh yeah, the Tran family has been working for me for years."
Two guys.
After murdering Jesse in the middle of the freaking house. Oh, Jesse ran because he was scared, and then he gets gunned down. That gives us more impetus to dislike Johnny Tran. But in truth, he won the car. He he won the car fair in Square. No, he was like, I want my product, and okay, I've been falsely accused. And my car's been blown up. Because remember, that other car that they had in front of the property gets blown up because of knives. So his license threatened. Like, when you look at it from Johnny Tran's perspective, yeah, they're the villains of his story. That guy's thrown off. That guy survived. He survived. Yeah, hell, good. I like how Vin Diesel gets out the car.
He has to check.
Guy rolls over, still alive. He wants to make sure he's dead. Giant fan himself. Paul Walker takes. Yep. Unless he comes back like a cyborg, which I hopefully will see in Fast 11. Yep.
No pulse.
Yep. Giant Tran's dead. Paul Walker killed that guy.
Then of course the movie ends. Vin Diesel. Yeah, I mean, Brian gives Dominic Toretto his 10-second car. He's like, I owe you a car, man.
Oh, you a 10-second car. And of course, remember we got the most memorable line that will be repeated throughout the franchise. You know, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning.
Yep.
We hear it throughout the rest of the franchise.
Yep, he lives his life a quarter mile at a time. But that's the Fast and Furious in a nutshell, man. Like, this was not meant to be a franchise. It could have been a one and done.
It definitely was a one and done.
It was you saw it on Blockbuster shelves all the time. And yeah, but it made money, so what do we get? We get the best fucking title ever. Too
Fast, Too Furious. Now remember, kids,
man.
it's the number 2, Fast. Number 2 again, Furious, to indicate that this is a sequel.
That's how you know it's serious. And here we have the debut of Ludacris as Tej, and then you got Tyrese as Roman Pierce. Oh, where's the trailer? You have the trailer queued up already, man. Which trailer you got?
I got the Fast
The
Saga.
Fast Saga. I don't have no Fast Saga on my shit.
I mean, it's the top one is the same trailer. The one on top.
It says Universal Pictures.
Still, it's the same trailer.
Yeah, whatever.
It's time for the week to go home.
Very colorful.
Oh yeah, this gets a little bit more colorful.
We're out of LA.
Keep your eyes
We're
on
in
the
Miami.
road, cowboy.
We also get freaking Eva Mendes.
He did the stare and drive on you, didn't he? He got that from me.
You did it on him.
Oh,
That's his
Tyrese.
Tyrese did it on
Yeah,
him.
remember one of the things I fully believe is that Tyrese and like Brian O'Connor and freaking
Former lovers.
yeah, former lovers.
I was made for this, bruh.
That's right, bruh.
The homoeroticism. I've seen a video essay.
Oh yeah, the Ben Canada.
All the undertones.
Yeah,
And it makes sense.
I totally subscribe to that read on this movie.
You can't get a better title than fucking Too Fast,
Too Fast, Too
dude.
Furious. We get to see a few things in this trailer. We do get to see the villain, like full on.
Verone.
Yeah, Verone. That's in the villainous tone. I don't think we get to see Johnny Tran that villainous in the trailer, the first trailer that we saw.
No, it's just a lot of random shots.
We get to see Eva Mendes, who's a prominent female lead in the movie.
She's yes.
We get to see a couple of racers. We get to see Tej for the first time. We get to see new environment and all that stuff. Also, if you didn't watch if you weren't in the Fast and Furious. Oh yeah, we get to see the great,
He's
that
so
great
happy.
reaction of freaking Tyrese.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. But we get to see if you didn't watch like these movies as they come. There was also a small web film or like it's like a
There was a prelude.
Yeah, there was a prelude, like a fan shot like video explaining how Brian
got from LA to Miami.
not only just got from LA to Miami, but also how he's no longer a cop.
Yeah, he quit the FBI.
Yeah, he quit the FBI. He's on the run because he was, instrumental in the illusion in the escape of Dominic Toretto, and we get to see him choose to either go to New York or go to Miami.
And he chose Miami.
He chose Miami, and it was also what's her name? She's in this little trailer. This little
I mean, it's legit. They shot it. I think they shot it for the DVD.
I think they shot it for DVD, just to give a little explainer.
I gotta get out of here.
You gotta get out. Grabs all his kitchen, all his bathroom supplies.
He shot this in
These cops were freaking about to be rained on. No, he cleared the bathroom. Obviously, he's on the run. We also see him get the Nissan Skyline in this. Which is funny because you see this is the first time you get to see the prominent his hero car. Get the respect. You see him making a name for himself, becoming a more prominent racer. Living out of hotels. There she is. She was probably known, but the last thing I remember her from is titles. She was dubbed, but why am I forgetting her name?
This is a bridge between Fast and Furious 1 and 2, which is cool. I wish more movies like
Minka
this.
Kelly.
Yeah, so he keeps racing and then eventually he does get the skyline. So what's funny about this role Too Fast, Too Furious is that it should have been Ja Rule. They wanted Ja Rule to come back for the sequel and reprise his beautiful, wonderful role as Edwin. That's his name in the movie. His name is Edwin. And he turned it down because I guess for the money, or
I think there was something else that he betted on being more successful than this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they didn't offer him enough money, and that's why he turned it down. I could be wrong, but then they gave it to Ludacris, and Ludacris has been with the fucking franchise ever since. Isn't that crazy, man?
I mean, it's
the what ifs.
I mean, it's a fantastic choice. If they got anyone else, it probably wouldn't have worked as well as it has been for Ludacris.
Yeah, because Ludacris, he's just so much more charismatic than Ja Rule ever was, and he wrote the bitchin' theme song for this movie. It was Act the Fool.
Yeah, Act the Fool.
The soundtrack for this movie was fucking fire. Pitbull was on it before he was Pitbull. They had a lot of up and coming rappers.
So apparently the reason why Ja Rule did not come back, he was originally considered to return to Too Fast, Too Furious, being offered $500,000 to reprise his role. He had previously been offered $15,000 for his role in the first movie.
Okay.
So he was gonna make $500,000. However, according to John Singleton, the director of Too Fast and Furious, he got too big for himself and was acting like he was too big in the sequel and wouldn't return the calls.
He's an asshole. He's so stupid. He is so dumb.
Again, that's if this Fast and Furious fandom will be, is to be believed. But apparently Ja Rule got too big for his own head.
Too big for his britches.
I mean, shit, that's from being offered only $15,000 to make a small cameo in the first movie
And
to
then
being offered $500,000.
And Ludacris is not even in it like that. He's probably got like 5-6 scenes at most.
But again, it paid off so well for Ludacris moving forward.
Yeah, man, he hit the jackpot.
Yeah, like he again is now able to write his own paycheck.
Yeah, I think this was his first movie, like, or at least his first like major film role. And they kind of snowballed. And so by the time like Fast 5 came out, they're like, "Oh, this guy's like a legit actor now.
Yep.
Like, let's definitely bring him back." It just made so much sense.
I mean, he legitimately does have acting chops.
Yeah. Did you see him Fred Claus or The Crash?
Oh yeah, that movie was the one. Yeah, Crash was the movie that pretty much put more people on the map.
Oh god, that was a weird movie. Anyway, Too Fast, Too Furious, the tale as old as time. Basically, we didn't speak about him in the first movie, but Brian's like a supervisor or his captain, police captain from the first movie.
Yep.
He basically gets in touch with Brian and is like, "Hey man, we don't care about what you did, letting that dude go. We just want you to work on us." On this fucking drug kingpin,
like they're offering him a pardon. They're offering him a
work
pardon
for us, and we'll forget it.
We'll forget the debt you owe.
The first movie ever happened,
which is a hilarious premise for the second movie to be that the police officers now decide to use Brian O'Connell because of his racing connections in the underworld, because they've been keeping tabs on him, and say, "Hey, we know you've been illegally racing, and we know where you are." But we will make everything be forgotten if you let us help us
bring down
this Colombian drug lord played by a white man, the Verone.
What's his full name? Carter Verone.
Carter Verone.
And he's played by a white man.
And it's like hilarious. Like it's such a great. Also, I believe Carl Hauser, the same guy who plays Carter Verone, was also in Pitch Black with Vin Diesel.
God. Yes, he was.
So that
could have been a fun little connection.
That's hilarious. But yeah, he plays a Colombian drug lord, or I say Colombian.
Yeah, look at he looks nothing like he did.
No, yeah, he like today he looks. I mean, he's 49 years old
like
now.
A country singer. Holy shit!
But it is hilarious. Okay. To see the movie play out. Also, the fact that you have Eva Mendes in the movie playing their contact from
height of her fame.
Yeah, height of her fame. Being the double agent in Verone's like organization.
In too deep, basically like doing the Brian role.
Yeah, just doing the Brian role, except she didn't fall in love with freaking Paget, freaking Jordan Brewster's character.
But then that leads Brian to getting Tyrese Roman Pierce to come on board. He's like, I've got to choose my partner.
I do. Also, person who also comes into this movie, James Remar. James Remar plays the other cop in the movie, next to Brian's old like police unit. Like I love James Remar from the Warriors fame.
Yes, man, love me some Warriors.
Also, from one of my favorite movies, The Phantom.
The one with what's his face, Billy Zane.
With Billy Zane himself, he's the guy who like I killed the Phantom, and then all the other guys go like, who hasn't killed the Phantom?
Wow, he played Ajax.
Yes, he played Ajax in The Warriors. That's what. Yeah, if you are unaware, James Remar.
I know he's in the real. I keep forgetting which one he plays.
Yeah, he's the one who's trying to rape that girl in such a.
Hey, allegedly. But yeah, it's a good, solid premise for a sequel. It's like, yeah, let's do it again. Basically, sure.
Yeah, this time instead of being like fully trying to be friends with the antagonist of the movie, they decide to be like, no, we're gonna infiltrate the unit to one, catch him in the act, and then get his supply and then take him down.
We're gonna fuck him up.
And again, I love Roman in the movie. Great sequence, and it's also very funny to think because this is also the movie that explains sort of as to why Brian let Dominic he let him go
because he felt guilty.
He felt guilty for what he did to Roman.
It screwed him over, man.
But I do love later on they'll never mention that again.
Oh no. That was just a little fun fact for this movie. It was there till the end of the line.
Exactly, it was till the end of the line. Yeah.
They'll say it in one movie, but then they'll never mention it again.
Never mention it. It's also funny to like see their friendship in this movie. Very
blossom.
Not blossom, but rekindle because they were friends prior to had a falling out, and then you see them reform that bond.
That's what works about this movie is just Tyrese and Paul Walker just have really good chemistry.
They have really good chemistry.
In my opinion, better than him and Vin Diesel. They just play off each other. They seem like they have been friends for years.
When you see them interact in this movie, they're interacting like as if they're friends, like having fun with one another again. Their initial scene in the movie where they first interact with one another, when they're like getting into a dust up outside of the
they wrestle.
Yeah, they wrestle one another.
They wrestle on the ground,
straddling one another and freaking the ground.
And the police captain's like, "Nah, let them do it. Let them get
out
of their system.
Let them get them out of their system."
But that's where like the homoerotic tones start to appear, and like the scene, like he did the staring drive on you. It's like he got that from me. Like, so you're saying these two went on a date.
Like you did it to him.
You did it to him.
And that's awesome.
You guys were together. Which I love. Yeah, there's video essays that break it down. Because every time Brian mentions what's her name? What's her character name? Monica Fuentes. Monica Fuentes. Roman just like goes ballistic and he just gets pissy.
He gets very jealous. He's
like, why you always after?
I think the movie's it's a movie telling you that it's because he has interest in her, and but like no, we all know the truth. Yeah. We all know the truth.
But he gets like so heated, bro. You get any more? Yep. All right. Watch it back. It's hilarious. Like it's more lighthearted than the first one. It's more colorful because you got the Miami backdrop. A lot of up and comers on the soundtrack again, like Pitbull's there, Jin, Dragon.
That's right.
I'm gonna bring up the soundtrack because I actually had the soundtrack at one point in my life. It was a good soundtrack.
Like it is a very, very much a very colorful movie. I love their sequences in the movie that are just hilarious. They're set up at the end game of the movie.
2 Chainz is on here.
That early 2 Chainz.
Trick Daddy, R. Kelly. Ooh. You got Chingy. Chingy, baby.
Isn't he in the movie?
No, he's not in the movie. Fat Joe, Dead Prez, Little Flip. Yo, this Joe Budden, bro. Podcast extraordinaire Joe Budden. He used to be a rapper. Cheers. Mos Def. Yeah, this soundtrack was fire, bro. But yeah, the movie is fun. This is the first one I saw in theaters. I didn't know shit about the first one, but you don't really need to see the first one to enjoy this one. It's not required viewing. Of course, to fill in the blanks with Brian's character. But this almost works like a soft reboot.
It's very much a soft reboot.
Because Brian and the police captain are the only 2 characters.
Only returning characters that come back.
That's it. So it's easy for someone to just jump in and be like, oh, well, I hate LA. I'm just going to watch the Miami one. And it's a great film, man. It's a great film. But then, 3 years later, they try to make a sequel, and then Paul Walker doesn't want to come back.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, Vin Diesel's already trying to make it into not just capitalizing on the success that was Pitch Black, because now his name's a little bit higher.
Yeah.
He wants to make the Chronicles movie.
Yeah, not only that, but he didn't even show up for Too Fast because he was making Triple X.
That's right, Triple X came out.
He was making Triple X. He thought he was hot shit. Oh, they're having a party upstairs.
Hopefully the mic's not picking all that up.
Yeah, of course. But yeah. So, 2006, we get this one. The one either people love or people hate.
You got fucking It's called Drift. That's right, Bow Wow.
The car's a lighter. Tires are slick. When you drift, if you ain't out of control, you ain't in control.
That's funny not to know that.
Still need a dictionary?
On the other side of the world,
hiding in the corner, you didn't know what was happening.
side of the law,
We'll talk about that later.
Racing rules the Tokyo underground.
How you guys get away with this?
And all the
I
best
will say,
drivers
like in terms
want
of like
in.
Who's a tourist?
thinking about
See what
what
the
this
kids got.
franchise
Too much
became,
rice.
like where this franchise was going at this point.
It was like an
It became an anthology.
cool.
Exactly, it's an interesting idea.
You came to the wrong place.
You know, change out the cast, put in new actors.
There's an alternate timeline where they could have just gone.
Yeah, the fourth movie would have been
money.
either a
You're
new
moving up
cast,
in the
new
world.
time,
You gotta
like new
elevate your
characters.
company.
Yeah,
The
this
bigger
was
the
originally
risk,
going to
the
be
greater
directed-
the rush.
Oh, was it?
It was.
Stay away from them.
The last minute, they're like.
All my
"Oh, let's
life,
put some
people
more
told me
money
I don't
into
fit
it."
in.
And
Maybe
if
I've
it
just
would
been
went
in
to
the wrong
direct to
place.
DVD, I don't think we would have gotten it. So as you can see, there's nobody here from any of the last two movies. New cast, new location.
Hey, look, what's up?
Yeah, we had NERD playing in the beginning.
Life's simple. Make choices.
Also,
Look back.
most of the emphasis is on
The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Because again, everything up to this movie was about
the cars.
not just about the cars, but the racing in general was pivotal to
It was the race culture.
and it was about the characters themselves finding themselves
Through that culture.
through that culture.
Yeah.
That freaking Brian O'Connell like finding himself in one, to making it into what he became in two, also bringing his friend back, freaking Roman Pierce
kids got
into the same way, but also all of this was about a culture. Technically, I would say two is more about good versus evil because they have to fight the Brown, but it wasn't because that was the legit point. But Tokyo Drift was more about a fish out of water story where he's trying to find his place in this new land, and he finds common ground with the race culture.
Well, the best way to describe Tokyo Drift is someone who's never seen it before. It's the Karate Kid with cars.
Yeah,
Because, all right,
that's an apt description.
Yeah, the main character, his name is Sean Boswell. He's played by
40-year-old
Lucas Black.
40-year-old Lucas Black, high school freshman.
No, we're gonna do the math. I think he was 26.
He was probably like in his mid-20s at the point.
I'm pretty sure he was
Looking like he was
26.
looking at least in his early 30s.
Oh my god! So we got Lucas Black here. First movie written by Chris Morgan. That's very important. First one. All the others. So he's 41 now.
He's currently 41 now.
So at the time, I put on my
Technically, I think he's 42. Oh no, he's about to be 42.
It's about to be 42. Oh, his birthday soon. So we're thinking like this is 18 years ago. So 18 carried the 4. He was 33. Was he 33? No, it's 23. What, man? He was 33. No, he was 20. He was 23 when he did Tokyo Drift.
You see you do the math. We're like, wait, he was 33? No, wait.
almost
biffed
blew my
it.
mind. He was 23 in Tokyo Drift. He's playing a fucking teenager.
He was playing the equivalent of like a 16-year-old at best.
He's a gaijin.
Yeah. Sonny Chiba was in this movie.
Heihachi himself.
Fucking is great.
So basically, yeah, he's the new protagonist of this movie. Only this movie.
Yep.
That's it.
He became the lead protagonist of this movie by itself.
He'll show
He
up
was
in
the
cameos.
he was saying the new Paul Walker.
He was.
With Bow Wow being his Roman Pierce.
Yeah, but it worked. I think
It works.
It worked, man. Like it's
You get the fish out of water story. You also get the introduction of one of the coolest characters of all time, Han.
hot.
You know.
That was Justin Lin's boy. That's
Yeah,
right.
that was Justin Lin's boy from a previous movie that he had him in. That's technically you can count as this. What's it called? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
No.
Tomorrow.
Gonna edit out the freaking
Better Luck Tomorrow.
Better Luck Tomorrow. Yeah, Better Luck Tomorrow, which you can say it's the same character that he's playing now because he had a smoking habit in Better Luck Tomorrow, and he's chewing gum now.
Eating chips.
He's eating chips now to curb his
addiction.
oral addiction. And oral addiction. Oral. Sorry, cut that out.
He keeps listening to DMX.
Yeah. Fantastic, man. But it's like Han became such a fan favorite, and it's also because of what happens in the movie. Han dies,
or does he?
But it's
or does he?
Or does well?
Or does
yeah,
he?
it's a fantastic.
In this movie, he fucking dies.
Yeah, in this movie, it's a fantastic moment of where everything's hitting the fan. He gets fucking T-boned by a car,
and
which is seen in this trailer. Which again, looking back at it now, is such a great hint without context as to what was going to happen in this movie.
Yeah, the trailers give away a lot of the good stuff.
That's true, but at least it's fair in this to showcase it as, oh, what the fuck does this mean? But because it also doesn't.
Like, who's in there?
Because you don't know any of the context as to what's going on.
Also notice the trailers don't give away any story. They're just like, yo, cars, babes, neon.
We need to see again. The trailer itself shows us a little
music.
It shows a little bit of what's going on because we see him arriving in Tokyo. We see his bewilderment and wonder. We get to see him. Bao explains a little bit at the beginning, which is just like a catch of drifting and giving us a little explainer as to what it is.
Drifting is like a way of life in this movie.
Yep, it is very much, and we get to see one of the best drivers in the movie, who is criminally underrated, is his love interest.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like a freeze frame on her. It's not letting me. She's fucking cute. I think her name was Layla.
I'm making Wikipedia.
I know, right? I'm doing it the hard way. Neela. She's very
played by Natalie Kelly.
Yeah, she drifts.
Damn, she's 40 now too.
She's a Vampire Diaries.
My age.
But yeah, she's the love interest. You never hear again after this movie.
I mean, we didn't see Lucas Black come back until freaking 4 movies after this.
I don't know, man. Can't wait till we get to like the time. What the chronological order?
I mean, technically, that's the next movie that we're gonna see. That now we're jumping through time. But again, before that, again, this movie's. I still say this movie is a great movie.
This movie's solid.
This movie's great.
You don't need any prior knowledge of the franchise. You can watch this, and it could be a one and done.
You can watch in a vacuum. The only thing that's gonna confuse you is the stinger at the end.
Dominic Toretto shows up to challenge Sean, the new Drift King.
Dominic Toretto shows up and becomes freaking Nick Fury from the Avengers.
Not even, but his demeanor in this contradicts with his appearance in Furious 7. He's like, yeah,
Well, again, we'll get to that later.
He's like, Han was family. Like,
because again, the next movie.
He's like, you ready? Yeah, but like the way it goes down, it's like, you ready, man? He's like, I got nothing but time. Like, no, you don't.
Well, we didn't know that at the time.
No, you don't.
At the time when this came out, we assumed this was just a nice Avengers moment.
But yeah, it's a great fish out of water story. You learn about drifting. Tokyo is such a great location. A lot of the film was done guerrilla style. Like, they didn't tell people they were filming. They just filmed it without anyone's knowledge.
I mean, it makes sense.
And the cars look sweet. And the characters are fun, man. There she is. I finally get like a good picture of her. But what I like about this movie, it ends with an actual race.
That's right. It's
a crazy ass race.
It's a great race. The antagonist doesn't die. Mm-hmm. He's just shamed and forever like banished from wherever part of Japan they're from.
It's banished to the Shadow Realm.
And and also like it's another interesting like moment of we get the ridiculousness of like the new and American and Japanese fuse to the muscle car to drift on these roads, which I would say no, that car wouldn't make it. But sure, it's fantastically made, like in terms of like that's a interesting. It is one of the best in French. I mean, this is technically the last time we get to see a legitimate like race for the stakes of just the end.
I love how everybody's
Under flip phones, yeah.
Keep in mind, according to the war,
To be honest, it can still fly. Japan's still very notorious. No, they're just very notorious to like enjoy flip phones. I mean, yeah, she's an asshole. 100% an asshole. However, what's going on?
Yeah, Tokyo Drift is great. Alright, so, and then you get the cameo at the end with Dominic Toretto that ties this whole universe together, so.
Which now makes the previous two movies part of a new franchise.
And like I said, like we said, it could have gone the anthology route. You could have had a cameo from Brian in another movie, a cameo from Letty.
Like, to be honest, like the next movie after this could have brought back Lucas Black, because again, we got two movies with Paul Walker. We could have got two movies with Lucas Black and a new setup of new cast of characters.
You could have done an Australian drift, African drift.
I mean, it would have been a bit much to have him. All right, so this was supposed to be your last chance. Oh, now we're moving to Australia.
Overall, like I said, people either love this movie or they hate it because it has nothing else to do with like the main story or whatever. But those, we don't talk to those people. All right. So a few years later, man, what do, man? They bring the band back together because since Vin Diesel's cameo like worked like gangbusters, people were like so excited. That is when he started taking over the franchise. He became executive producer, started calling the shots.
Because at this point in time,
yada yada yada,
he decided to come back if they gave him the Riddick franchise.
That's what he wanted.
Yep.
Okay. And they did.
Yep. They gave him the legal rights to the Chronicles of Riddick franchise, which then gave us the next vehicle for Vin Diesel.
So this is 2009. I remember I saw this trailer in the theater and I was hyped.
Oh, I mean, Bourne Identity was already out at this point, so.
No, but this was like a hype trailer though.
It's a hype trailer, but you know what we're seeing now is very much because the Bourne franchise was very big.
The shaky cam and shit. And then they start playing like that remix of Crank That. So
just randomly got that gun from that guy.
All right, but at first glance, you don't have no idea what movie this is.
That's very true.
You have no idea. Like, there's a chase happening.
Because we have yet to see
any faces.
Well, we yet to see his face.
Any starring important faces.
Until
give me a name.
Right here.
Oh my god.
We get to see Paul Walker back.
See? Soldier Boy tell.
You here to take me in, O'Connor?
Oh no, he's my friend too.
And this is where Dominic Toretto has changed. His stay in the Dominican Republic has changed him quite a bit.
This is where my jurisdiction is.
And this is where mine begins. What's to stop someone from telling them you're a cop?
This was the hypest stuff.
The same thing that's keeping me from telling them why you're really here.
I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah, this is also like one of the big swings this franchise took.
You're right.
Every Fast and Furious, you had that scene with the girl.
Oh yeah, the blood,
and then you see this shit.
Yeah, this is now.
And
now
you see this shit.
Yeah. This is where it starts.
This is where it escalates.
Yeah, this is where we have now reached like the limits of reality to starting to edge into like non-reality.
Oh my god. So like I said, in the first movie, the final set piece, they were chasing people on bikes. The second one, they were getting chased by the cops, and then they had a bunch of racers throw off the cops.
They created a giant distraction.
And then they ended it by driving into a boat.
Yes, they rammed a car into a boat.
And then the third movie was very down to earth. It was a race to the death on a mountain. That's like the first 5 minutes of the movie where he's doing that.
Yeah, that scene that we just saw where he drives underneath
That's the opening.
A rolling, exploding gas truck.
That's the opening scene.
And also the scene that showcases the return of Han.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Han. This is also the movie that, again, not only breaches the realm of what we are now understanding as reality, because now we're also fucking with time. Oh, Han gets shown in this movie as a friends with Dominic Toretto for the first time.
He's alive and well.
Alive and well. So we now know it's before the events of Tokyo Drift.
Yes.
Because I love in that scene also as he's handing out the money, he's like, "Where are you gonna go? I'll buy Japan or something."
Yes, every movie going forward with Han in it is a prequel to Tokyo Drift.
It's a prequel to Tokyo Drift. Always staying. Yeah, I'll probably go to Japan or something.
Every fucking movie he mentions Japan. They even say at one point, like, I thought we were going to Tokyo. And he's like, we'll get there
eventually.
Like a wink at the audience.
Nope. Knowing full well the fate yet to come.
But yeah, this movie obviously reunites
the
big four actors from the first one. You got Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Michelle Rodriguez, and Jordana Brewster. No Leon.
No Vince.
No Vince yet.
Jesse's dead in the ground.
No Johnny Tran.
Johnny dead, still dead so far.
So just these B4. Look, you see it on the poster.
But the 4 surviving members of the original movie, minus Leon.
The core 4.
Minus Leon and Vince are back in this movie.
And that was the biggest...
one of the biggest box offices to
it was the big appeal of this movie. Like, look, they're back. Like, they're in the same movie together. New model, original parts. That's a clever tagline.
Great poster.
And it made a lot of money.
Oh, again,
like that first weekend,
they fucking gangbusters.
I was working at the movies at the time when this came out, and it was always sold out.
Like, look at the box again.
360.
80 out of a budget of $85 billion. It made $360 million. It was fucking amazing, like what it did. And again, this 100% propelled these actors into superstardom.
And it officially made this into a franchise.
And this
is
officially
a franchise.
set off what would then be known as the fast franchise, as the Fast Saga.
And they even know it. Like, even the naming, they named it Fast and Furious. They just took the duh out of the title. Like, they were sniffing their own farts with that. But yeah, this is when it officially took that leap, and it took the franchise to the next level. I mean, it will continue taking it to the next level in the next movie, but this was like the first step to something greater.
Yeah, this is like we were now seeing the shape of what this would become.
And look, Chris Morgan, he wrote Tokyo Drift, and he's going to be writing most of these shits. And that's like, to me, that's the secret sauce, because he knows these characters very well. He knows their motivations. He knows what they would do. And I guess he has a knack for like these great set pieces, because with a lot of these movies, they would actually think of the set piece before writing the script. They're like, let's throw cars out of a fucking plane. Okay, how do we get there?
Yeah, soon. Soon we'll start seeing the next movie will be that. This movie still very much in tone of what can be expected, because we get the first 5 minutes gives us the craziness of him having to drive underneath a freaking exploding
the Dominican Republic.
In the Dominican Republic, because we're gas over there is fucking king. The ending of this movie has him racing through like the underground patches through on the
border of Mexico.
Through the border of Mexico.
It's so stupid.
But we still get the believability of it's possible. Like, this is something that can happen. Like, it's
in the realm of reality.
Yeah, it's in the realm of what can happen. Not is it happening every day? I don't fucking know. But I can say I can say yes, a mind tunnel that goes from one corner to the other. Yes. And we also get what is a very believable reasoning as to why Dominic is back. The murder of Letty.
Now let's talk about that. Why do you think that was the move? Why do you think they went with that direction?
Well, one, they needed something that was going to be like what's going to make people go like, oh shit, what's going to happen? Like, this was that moment. It sucks that it had to be at the expense of one of the lead female characters, but that doesn't stick. So
it was a terrible bait and switch. I remember seeing that. I was pissed.
Later on when it becomes a bait and switch, yes, but for what it was then, it was. Again, we didn't know the fantastical that can happen. Hence why I still hold on hope as to Johnny Tran coming back. Or Jesse being...
Check this pulse, man.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't mean shit. Or Jesse being like the mechanical voice in Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, I guess they needed a reason for these characters to get back together.
Yeah, and again, it made
the best they could come up
with. It became
with.
a personal mission for not only Brian O'Connell but also Dominic Toretto, because Brian was the one who put Letty in the place of for her to be murdered, quote unquote.
Yeah, but they hyped up, like you saw the trailer, like Michelle Rodriguez is back,
baby,
in like a 10-minute cameo,
and it's also the first time since Michelle Rodriguez coming back to a franchise where her star has already risen to the point of where it was. She was now becoming more of a household name. He was Resident Evil.
I don't have a hammer!
Just do it!
Okay.
Within their wheelhouse. I would say within their wheelhouse. I mean, they're still not jumping out of fucking military grade planes at this point. This is within their wheelhouse.
Hold on to something tight!
Exactly. That's why now they're not the saga. They learned their lesson. Exactly. Also, we also get Dominic not in his traditional moment. What is this? A Trans Am? He also learned how to get someone off the car because he couldn't get it with Vince right now. I mean, we got some jokes. We got which is also funny in this movie is Greg Sykes, who most people wouldn't recognize as the voice of Beast Boy from Teen Titans. Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. He's the guy who's like, yeah, let me show me those feet. Look at this sequence. Because at this point, they need to have a little bit more creative control into what's happening here.
Yeah, this is when the franchise said, "All right, it's time to make some money." It's time to make some money.
And Vin Diesel's like, I put enough points in my, my
actor cred.
My not actor cred, but I have more points of stamina, more points in in charisma, more less points of charisma, more points of stamina, reflexes, all that stuff. Dexterity. So I'm able to perform these high end stunts.
It's insane.
I know.
But yeah, like rewatching it the first time, it was exciting to see these characters together. But on a rewatch of the whole franchise,
now knowing what what happens later,
as a whole, this movie's like drags, man. It's so
a bit. I still had a lot of fun with doing my rewatch on it.
Yeah, I mean, you got what the fuck is it? Braga.
Yeah, you got Braga instead of Perone. You got Braga, who was working for Cyberland.
Of course. Everybody was working for.
I'm still waiting for Verone to make a comeback again because Verone's not dead. He's just incarcerated.
But yeah, Braga to me sucked as a villain, and then his henchman was weird.
Phoenix, like it's funny. Like again, he's the heavy in the movie, disliking him, and the fact that you get Dominic Toretto ramming him with a car and then calling him a pussy. I'm like, you hit him with a car, man.
All right, but this is when we see like one of Vin Diesel's powers.
Exactly, car power.
His detective vision.
Yes, he also has detective vision because again, he's a wizened old D&D monk.
Now I'm trying to find the clip But
we can describe it. Like, he goes to the scene of the crime where Letty died.
He puts together the entire crash scene.
Yeah, he's able to reenact and figure out what occurred, minus that Letty survived and was taken away by an ambulance. But he was able to figure out how, where, and where they were at in conjunction to the wreck that happened here where Letty died, to know that it was a dude, Phoenix, who shot her.
And all he did was like lick the asphalt.
He knew that it was there was nitrous.
I found it.
He knew that there was nitrous.
He like went to the crash. He was like went down.
Yeah.
This scene is absurd.
He rolled a nat 20, and the DM said, "Well, this is what you see."
The funny thing is, this is not the last time we're gonna see
That's
this.
true. It's not the last time that he's able to put together, because again, he rolled a natural 20.
He's gonna do this again.
The DM went, "You have very high investigation. This is what you see."
So just by he's going down,
Yeah, look at that. You'll see that his nitrous.
licking.
No, he just looks at it. I remember he did, like, it just knows that it's powder residue, that it's nitrous, that it's this, that. Exactly. Now he'll reconstruct the sequence in his head. He knows that happened. He knew that the skid marks were there. They were caused by a car rolling at this speed, at this angle. That the driver was able to survive and crawl out.
This is more bonkers than He just has this power.
Yeah, again, he rolled a natural 20 on investigation.
Yeah. It's not a bad watch, but it's just again, that's his face forever now.
Yep.
He barely cracks a smile in these movies anymore. And then he's just like stoic.
He is I've been through at least 2 campaigns with my D&D character that is no longer fun and games.
I lived many lifetimes since you last saw me. He just takes the role so seriously.
I know, the last witch hunter, baby. Witch hunter.
But you do get like a fun race in this movie.
Yeah.
This is when the races started taking a backseat.
That's true.
You do get a cool race, but like you said, the end is like they're in Mexico in the tunnels, and you can barely see anything.
It's an interesting drive, especially that Vin Diesel again throw believability
so
to the wayside.
follow.
He jumps from one car to another in the tunnel in speed.
As a set piece, it just kind of falls flat because it's like so dark and so shitty. But we do get the introduction of Elena.
That's right, Elena,
aka Wonder Woman. She's working for Braga until she's like, you know what, you're cute. That's the Legacy trailer.
Unless you want to watch the theatrical one.
Yeah, let's go with the theatrical one. All right, so it ends on a cliffhanger. The movie ends on the cliffhanger. They arrest Dominic Toretto. Is like, yo, you committed so many felonies.
He turns himself in because he said it's time to stop.
Running.
Yeah, he's tired of running. And then he's found guilty, and they put him in the smallest, like, freaking prison jumper that anyone's ever seen.
Yeah.
And also at the end of that, both Jordana Brewster, freaking Mia, and Brian O'Connor stage a breakout.
Yeah, and also Teco Calderon and Don Omar.
That's right. They also come back from because you see
Leo and Santos.
Yeah, you see him from the beginning of the movie. They come back at the end of the movie.
They bookend the movie. So Leo and Santos is basically Dom's friends. I forgot to mention too. I actually had it queued. There is a prequel movie, short film called Los Bandoleros, which which shows Han going to meet up with Dom.
Yep.
And it's just like they're hanging out, and then
you also see Letty and Dom get married.
Yeah. You don't see them get married.
I think you see them get married in that small clip. I thought it was just like clips. You don't see like the full thing, but I thought you saw them get.
No, they're just driving.
Really?
They're just driving.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
You don't notice. Well, that's later. You find out they get married.
I thought it was
but
shown.
It was during that time period.
Yeah, it was in that time period. But I thought it was shown specifically there?
We gotta rewatch these, but but yeah, it was like the turbocharged Prelude.
Yep.
You got this one. It was filmed by Vin Diesel, I believe.
Yes, it was
Specifically for the DVD.
Yes, it was.
And it was cool.
I also think he doesn't drink Coronas in that one. I think he drinks Presidente because he's in DR.
But it's a cool piece of like backstory and lore for the fans.
It's a hilarious bit. I love that he talks about
they break Tego Calderon out of prison in that short film. That's like the first thing they do.
He was broken out of prison in that short film?
Yeah.
Shit, I gotta rewatch that now. I think Calderon was still in prison.
But yeah, Leo and Santos, they're basically the comedy
duo. They're the new funny ha-has because they're the...
And Elena, she's just a badass chick. Yep. Badass chick. And now we move on to Fast Five. Everybody's favorite of the franchise.
I mean, this is the one.
This is the one that said, like, we're here to stay.
Yes.
We are here to stay.
Like, what would you do to up 4?
Yeah, you bring back the Avengers.
You make the Avengers.
Fucking car people.
Yeah.
What's this all about, Dom?
Yeah, man, why'd you drag us halfway around the world?
Because we got a job.
That's how he delivers everything.
Exactly.
That's a stealth mission. We'll be in and out before they even know.
And also, they're oceaning 11s it.
We're talking about
Not
breaking
only
into a
do they bring
police
back,
station.
This is crazy. This is $100 million.
You say what?
The hot Asian
I am
chick
down.
in part 2. They should have brought
That's right. Friends of Ted.
Is all of this really necessary?
We get the rock. This is, and I still will die on this hill. I will still die on this hill. The only time I say The Rock works.
Escape prison twice. We find him, we take him as a team, and we bring him back. And above all else, we don't ever
like he works in the ensemble of this franchise because he fits very well in the fantasy of this world. Yeah, he plays a great straight man against Vin Diesel straight man. Yeah. For every punch I throw an equal punch.
This just went from Mission Impossible
to
Mission to freaking insanity.
Wild West, but this is where it started began. Oh yeah, I love it.
Doesn't change it.
We also get the return of Vince. He's not in the trend because it is a surprise when you see him.
We're gonna end up behind bars or buried in a ditch somewhere.
From the barbed wire.
From the shotgun man.
The only guy to ever to thoroughly defeat the crew. Great stunt.
Just keeps going. Yeah, they're fucking pancakes.
Oh yeah.
I love the cut. Like,
but I love the freaking the Avengers walk out over here. The team walk.
What bothers me about that shot at the end?
That's not in the movie.
It's not in the movie. I fucking hate that. It's such a great shot. And Vince is in the shot too.
And Vince, oh yeah, shit, you're right. Vince is in the shot.
So you got these are the Avengers for the car Avengers. Got Vince, Roman, Elena, Dom, Brian, Mia, Han, and fucking Tej. That's crazy.
Wearing their all white gear going to
and yo, the hype was insane for this movie because again, the last one did so well. And then this did 360. I think this doubled that, if I'm not mistaken. Fucking Fast Five. The box office.
Oh yeah.
They doubled it. 629, man.
100 from a budget of 125 million to 630.
This shit was just going up.
Yeah, this was like the peaks of like what they can do.
Yeah, you got so you got the all-star cast.
And also, again, this movie was also notable for primarily using practical stunt work, which was because again, from 2 forward, they started using a lot more CGI in their movies, relying less on the actual car stunts and a lot less stunt work. That it became a little bit too much, too noticeable. Like when they started going back to a practical. I mean, this was one of the movies that had like one of the biggest stunts done in the franchise, which is just rolling an actual giant safe like through
Rio.
Yeah, through Rio. They had to make fake ass sets and fake fucking buildings for it to work, but it was fucking fantastic.
But it was on camera.
It was on camera. Most of it was done primarily on camera.
So yeah, so they went from stealing DVD players
to stealing a full safe out of a freaking police station in Rio. Fantastic. Again, great premise for a movie.
Bring back.
Call it out, Mia.
Got a straight shot for 2 blocks.
They're not afraid to have
Go
fun.
right.
Got it.
Jokes in there.
We needed some other people to like just plan the movie because again, having just now been Diesel forever being the grim, staring strongman that he is. You also got like not only you get the these two very handsome actors getting together, but you also got the love between Ryan O'Connor and Mia.
You guys have every corrupt cop in Rio on
Exactly,
your tail.
and also
You guys have to move
these
fast.
smoldering stares of
What's the best route?
Vin Diesel
Straight
and
another half mile until
no,
you
not
see
just The
it.
Rock, but freaking what's her
go
name? Who plays his Elena?
Oh,
That ain't gonna
her
work.
name's Elena. Giselle.
Yeah.
Girl
Spikes the hit, we got spikes.
Yeah, you got Giselle. Giselle played by Gal Gadot herself, but Elena is the one who is played by Chris Hemsworth's wife. Yes, exactly. I was like, you see Elena, but I was like,
Elena's, she's talking about her. She's not like.
Yeah, she's not in any of the promos. She's a very important character, and becomes the new love interest for Dominic Toretto. Well, for at least one major movie. For one major movie, and then
Guys, I'm hearing all this
because
talk.
you
Did
know
just take out a
the
bank?
power of not retcons, but like Christianity, you can't be with someone if you're married to someone else. so that other person has to die.
So yeah, this is the scene.
Right, there's an alley coming up.
It's also it's an interesting beta switch for the end of the movie.
Because the whole movie, well, the majority of the movie, like the middle of the act 2, they're preparing for this heist that we never see.
Yeah, the version of the heist that they're preparing for doesn't come into fruition. They steal cop cars. They do this whole thing that they have to race around cameras.
They do something with the plumbing.
Yep.
And
it doesn't
never see it.
It literally does not pan out the way they want it. So they have to on the fly make a brand new fucking a brand new plan. And it's great. I do love that the section of the movie of them setting that whole thing up. They're Oceaning 11's the whole thing up, and then they throw that plan out the window and make a spectacle. And I'm like, fantastic. You bait and switch the audience with a precision plan to, all right, we got battering ram, a fucking flail, a safe to the city of Rio.
But that's what I always found fascinating about this movie. Every time I watch it, I'm just like, they're setting up for something that does not matter.
Just made a big mistake.
Put everything up. It's a great sequence. Hobbs gets to play freaking Toretto.
And this is happening. This is 2011, before, he's coming off all the Disney movies.
Which again, to the day I die, this is the thing that makes The Rock work. When you think about The Rock being a successful movie actor, you don't think about the freaking Tooth Fairy, you don't think about, gameplay, you don't think about freaking the Rundown, you don't think about freaking Witch Mountain or whatever. You think about Luke Hobbs in this movie. Yeah, you don't think, as much as that was a successful movie, and I think worked as well, but it's mainly because The Rock works better in ensemble.
He does, man.
He's not just work. Neither do I, but he's like the bad guy from Desperado.
The guy they're stealing.
Yeah.
Just some asshole. They didn't even they have no beef with him. They just have to do a job.
Technically, Like it's a job where you learn that they were gonna get killed, like because they were gonna be no loose ends. And I still say, if you just didn't do that, this would have all went smoothly. These guys would have left you alone, and you would have had your bank information and everything of your value left alone. Yet you chose to try to kill them.
Not a smart move.
But how? But then again, how was he to know that they were the Avengers?
He didn't. And that's another thing, man. Like, how the fuck did you like make the contacts to get all these people to get here? You're not supposed to think about that. You're not supposed to think about that.
We are in like
just know.
We're in media res. This is happening.
But yeah, man, this movie's a classic, man.
It's a classic. It ups the stakes. It makes the ensemble bigger. It brings
it's the movie that makes them feel like actual characters.
Yep.
Because you have progression, like Brian and Mia. They're starting a family. And
yeah, there's also the movie that we learned. I never knew my family. I never knew my father.
I remember everything about my father.
I remember everything about my father. And then you have freaking Brian going, I never met my dad or some shit.
And they said that with a purpose. I believe,
I mean, that definitely sets up everything else from this point about his father. I honestly do believe that it was a grain to be thrown in to be later used in the other movies.
Absolutely. I think we need a refill. Watch your step, sir. But yeah, Fast Five. I think you got the highest reviews on. No, that was Furious 7, dude. But next to Furious 7 got the highest reviews. The whole franchise, and yeah, it's a classic, man. Like just the chemistry of the cast alone. It never lets up. What I like about it continues directly where Fast and Furious 4 left off. They break Dominic.
Yep. In a prison break with no fatalities.
Yeah, zero fatalities.
Zero fatalities. But when you look at the footage, it is a smoldering wreckage.
Yeah, so it's like a bridge between these movies, and I love that. I wish they continued doing that, but with the time shenanigans, they really couldn't. But I believe like with Fast 4, 5, and 6 is like a cohesive trilogy. Rescue Dom from the. Here's how they rescue.
Look at this bug. Look at all that. And then they dare to say, boom. Oh no, okay. I thought they were going to go right into the news report of going like, no, 0 fatalities. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's after this. It's like, no fatalities. But yeah, they cracked the formula with this one. And then by the end of the movie, The Rock joins their side.
They cracked the formula with 4. They perfected the formula with 5.
Yeah, I feel like they perfected the formula with 6. 6 is my favorite.
Like 5 is like 6 is just more 5.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. They perfected it and they just let it roll into the next one.
Yeah, I love 6 so much. But for 5, yeah.
Also, I forgot to say, sadly, Vince passes away in 5. Gets killed.
R.I.P. Vince, but he has a son.
He has a son.
Nico.
Maybe one day Nico will show up later.
Show up with Tony Toretto.
with my pitch for the next generation of freaking the Fast and the Furious franchise.
The Fast and the Youngins.
Tony Toretto. Freaking.
I love the fucking thumbnail. All action. But yeah, I love the part when Hobbs joins up with. As a temporary truce.
Yeah, truce, which is a great...
Temporary truce.
A great sequence, because again, after they capture the crew, and they were ambushed, again...
Always.
Again, terrible decision by the bad guy's part. Again, first time. I'm gonna kill them all, and then they catch wind, escape, take all your stuff. And they plan your downfall. the second bad plan is, hey, this guy already captured him. Why don't he just take him away?
Why
You're
are you
done.
attacking them?
Yeah, you don't have to attack them.
The Rock didn't do anything to you.
Yeah, you have no reason to murder them, and you could just, all right, good to go. They got nothing on. They technically got nothing on me.
Yeah, what the fuck is this guy's name? this bad guy. This bad guy who gave birth to fucking Aquaman. What's his?
That's not him.
Yeah, that's him.
No, you're talking about Tamarin, fucking the guy who plays fucking like Jango Fett.
No,
you said the guy who births Aquaman.
Jason
oh wait,
Momoa,
my mistake. Because you're right. Because he's in the next movie. He's his son in the other movie. Yes. Sorry, I forgot about. I forgot.
Reyes.
Yeah, I forgot about the Joker in fucking Fast 10.
He was always there.
He was always there. Next to freaking
Jack Reacher.
Yeah, Jack Reacher. Both were in the room.
They were there. They were just off screen to the left. Well, fun fact, like Hobbs' character was like originally developed with like Tommy Lee Jones in mind.
That's hilarious.
That would have sucked.
That's a hilarious pull. If you had Tommy Lee Jones in a fist fight with Vin Diesel.
Oh, we got to talk about the post-credit scene too, where they reveal.
Oh yeah, does
Letty Ortiz is alive.
Yeah, Letty Ortiz is alive because we are reintroduced to Monica Fuentes.
Monica Fuentes.
Yeah, Monica Fuentes played by Eva Mendes, who in a dark lit office with freaking Luke Hobbs.
Just one light.
Just one light. Both of you apparently work for the same department.
Small world.
And she gives him a folder with a picture of Letty alive.
No, not before that. He's like, is that Fredo? She's like, nah, not interested.
That's right. That's right. If it's not about Toretto, he's not interested.
He's just, that's my boyfriend. I need to like.
Oh, he already said he gave him a little head start.
24 hours.
And they stole all that money. We got one of the best like songs to pop off to
the best montages in film history is how they spend their money.
That's right.
Tej buys another auto shop and he had one already, but okay. And then Tyrese buys like the same car he has. Leo and Santos goes to Monaco. They gamble.
They gamble and either lose it all or win it all.
Han and Giselle, they're in a sports car in like the Netherlands, and they're like, "Are you going to Tokyo?" She's like, "No."
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
And then they're Dom is on the beach with his new boo.
That's right. Drinking a Corona.
Mia's pregnant, and they're like, and Brian shows up. He's like, "Let's settle this once and for all."
That's right. They have another race.
No cheating. They have a little race in this one, but it's like super short. It's like in the cop cars.
Yep. Yeah, they all bet. They all bet whether or not. And
they bet $1 million.
And Dominic, if it's to be believed,
he let him win.
He let him win.
It was a baby gift. He let you win. And then there's that one race that should have happened, but they like cut immediately after to like just them bringing the cars on.
That's right. They race for new cars and they just won.
They just like smash cuts.
Because we're like, yeah, we all know they're gonna win. We got no time.
We don't got time for races.
We don't got time for this race.
They're secret agents now.
Not yet. That's coming now.
They're super thieves.
Because in 5 they're thieves. They're still thieves. They're not contracted by a government agency. They're not. They're not being groomed to be the next super spies. They were just, hey, this guy screwed us out of a job. We're fucking him.
We're getting ours. And now we're on to the next one, man. This one's my favorite. This is Fast and Furious 6. They couldn't come up with a cool title for this one. I don't know why. That's another thing. They keep changing the titles.
That's true. Like Fast 5
the titles are weird.
I would say Fast 5 is the best variation of their naming scheme. Because going from the Fast and the Furious to Too Fast, Too Furious, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious 4, Fast 5.
Just Fast and Furious, not Fast and Furious 4.
The Fast and Furious, that's right. It had no 4 in it. That's right.
Which one are the one you playing? Is it this one?
The Fast Saga one.
I can never find yours. This one.
Yeah.
Black Friday deals.
So how's the life of a retired international criminal?
Letty's back from the dead.
I need your help.
Well, not yet. We don't know yet.
Last week, a team of highly coordinated drivers took down a military convoy.
What's her name?
This most
She's in this
recent
movie.
job graduated them to a whole new level.
She was in Mandalorian. She's like on the
You're
outs.
gonna help me catch a team.
Gina Carano's in this.
Why is that, Hobbs? This was taken a week ago.
There it
With
is.
your head. Letty's dead, though.
I need to know for sure.
Then I'm going with you.
Yeah, how do we know for sure?
Equipment's way better
Or
than
a body.
Way better.
Who even said she died?
So now we work for the Hawk.
Things changed.
Yep.
Breathe with me. Our target's Owen Shaw, former major in the SAS Spec
We
Ops
also get
soldier.
one of the best villains.
You help us get Letty,
The
we'll get you Shaw.
anti-Vin Diesel.
But we need full pardons all the way around.
And cars. Make sure they're fast.
We're talking vehicular warfare.
We've never seen this before.
Yes, Sim. Also, yeah.
You believe in ghosts?
Drama.
Don't turn your back on family.
This is where it becomes a telenovela. You know, your family gets like brought up a lot. You got the character. You got amnesia. Oh yeah, the endless runway.
You really think you've won? This code you live by? is
Well,
about
again, if you're
family.
watching the movie, well, you're watching this, you don't know what it is.
You weren't even in the game.
Get the tank.
The best part.
Oh yeah, we're freaking Where again, Vin Diesel is now superhuman. Roman gets saved by freaking Brian O'Connor, best friend, but it's been a long time since they've been acting that way.
You watch the trailer.
Here it is, superhuman. Yep.
Everybody in the theater.
Yeah, we don't even get to, I love that the trailer doesn't even show you the outcome as to which you need to see to believe the outcome of it.
He catches her and lands on a windshield and it cracks. But he's fine.
Like honestly, I wanted to like leave that for the imagination if anyone hasn't seen it. But it is such a
It's absurd.
It's an absurd moment.
They don't even address it. They're like she says something to the extent of, how did you know that car was gonna be there?
He didn't.
It's like I just knew, or I just believed. So yeah. So this is like Fast 5 on steroids.
It is very much Fast 5 on steroids.
You got The Rock, he's like leading the team, sort of. Like he's financing them.
Yep.
They're in London and then they go to Spain. Like the budget's just crazy.
Yep.
With this one, we're doing it big. And yeah, even more money. 788 just keeps going.
They
up.
spent a little bit more money on this one, but
That's true.
they pretty much made roughly the same amount as like the previous. They pretty much more the same.
Yeah, they're basically taking home the same amount because the cast is so much bigger.
Yeah, it's huge. Again, you got fucking Luke Evans. You got all
you
these
gotta
people.
pay for Sun Kang's like chips.
the food budget alone is fucking nuts.
Yeah, but to me, like this is my favorite one. I feel like they peaked here.
I mean, again, this was them versus the Dark Avengers.
Yeah, like it was straight out of a comic book.
Yep.
I wish they spent more
opposite.
time on that angle because there's one scene where they point that out, but you never see.
Yeah, Roman points it out.
The
They're
Dark
like,
Avengers, like
these
respond.
they're just the opposite number us. And also, they have one of the best. What they have a great fight between Roman and Han versus
the guy from the Raid.
The guy from the Raid. Great fight.
Shit, what's his name? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Joe Taslim.
Joe Taslim. His name. I forget what his name is actually in the.
His
name is Cha.
Ja.
Oh, he's Ja. Okay.
It's Ja.
Great. But yeah, fantastic. And also, that guy is fucking criminally underrated. He's great.
He's Sub-Zero.
No. Yeah, well, fuck that movie. The Raid 2, The Night Comes For Us. Watch those movies. He's fucking great in them.
Yeah, he's basically like just getting a paycheck here. He doesn't really get to flex his muscles, but I'm glad to see him in like American movies.
Yep.
But like I said, I feel like this is like Fast Five, but just like better, bigger, and flashier. Like I love the fucking car that just flips other cars.
Yep. Oh yeah, they had the
Batman,
which they added to GTA because of this movie.
They have more fist fights. Like Michelle Rodriguez gets to fight Gina Carano in the
again
subway.
because this is where Michelle Rodriguez becomes a character.
And then they have the whole sequence with the tank.
Yep.
The tank is great. The bullshit scene we discussed.
We lose Giselle.
Do we?
Yeah. Well, at the time,
yes, we lose Giselle. She fucking dies on. She gets flips on tarmac.
She falls shooting the person into the shadows, and it is never seen again.
Yeah, like what everybody remembers from this movie is the fucking endless runway.
Endless
runway, where you have people fighting on the outside in cars and people fighting on the inside with fists.
That's true.
And it's just bonkers, and it just goes on for like 25 minutes. Look, there's videos trying to like explain how long this runway is. It's a
ridiculous runway
because it's like a half hour, man. It goes, man. But I love that scene so much. You get like Hobbs. You got Mia in there. They're sitting on Mia. She's in there.
What happened? You hit the flap?
It's just great, man. It's just.
You should buckle up
right now. They got like the side quest. They got the harpoons. These super harpoons.
I mean, it's very much video game business. Like we have to take down. We have to make sure the plane doesn't go off. We add more weight. We also get the reveal that freaking Gina Carano's character is a villain because she was
which makes no fucking sense.
I mean, if you know Gina Carano, it makes a lot of sense.
If you really think about it, it's like okay, she's the villain. You could just kill her.
But the reason why they did it is because they needed someone Letty needed to fight. They needed a twist, and Letty needed to fist fight somebody. Because in the next movie, she fights Ronda Rousey.
What I like is that.
That's true.
Who the fuck she is.
That's true. Letty ends the movie without knowing her full backstory.
But she stays with Dom
because she knows it feels right. And even though Dom is clearly in a committed relationship with Atlanta, marital relationship.
Get some side food.
He knew that he needed to get Letty.
It's hard to talk about.
It's a great move. 6 is a great move.
6 is
I do love that freaking right there. Chronicle's like, oh shit, this is what I need to do.
Yeah, this is the flap. Yeah.
I'm gonna blow out his fucking engine.
He's like, I want to be.
Nah, he gets to do that later when he gets to fight Tony Jaa.
Fighting Tony Jaa.
I mean, if you're supposed to believe
in the universe,
his FBI training gives him enough, know how to fight this martial artist. He's also the wiry one. He's the quick one. Brian O'Connor is a faster fighter.
This also has like a cool bridge from 5 where at the end of 5 they're racing each other, and then you see them in 6. It looks like they're racing,
but they're
actually going to the hospital because Mia's giving birth. That was a cool little bait.
It's a tiny little, what they call that baby?
Transition?
No, what do they call that baby? The
baby's name is Jack.
It's Jack, right? Yeah. Jack O'Connor?
Yeah.
Again, little Jack O'Connor.
Barely see him.
But Jack O'Connor will be the lead in the next generation of Fast and Furious,
So yeah, like, just watch this movie.
Because he's also a Toretto.
I love the scene in the beginning where they say they captured Dom and it's just some other bald guy.
That's right. You assume that they captured.
A lot of shots are Dom from behind.
Yep. Ended up being not Dom, but one of the members of freaking Shaw's crew.
Ian Shaw.
Who you didn't know had an older brother.
He had another older brother, which had
also their mom is Helen Mirren.
The craziest end credit scene ever. I remember hearing about this scene. I'm like, no fucking way. And
That's right, because we also now get to see.
We're back in the Tokyo Drift.
Now we're back. We're finally caught up. We finally caught up to the Tokyo Drift timeline. Now we get to now see who was in that car. Because it was intentional. It was intentional.
No fucking way. This is not happening. And I'm just like, shut up.
Jason Statham was a high commodity actor.
They're like, you guys are the transporters.
Yeah, because he was also in a movie with cars.
So the fans had a lot of it.
Yeah, but not only like transporters, but also what was that movie called? It was the car when he rode the mini.
And it's
Jason Statham was the man who killed our beloved Han.
It works so well.
Dominic Toretto. You don't know me.
So well.
You're about to.
Yeah, it works well. He killed our beloved Han.
Yeah, you're thinking like, all right, you know, this franchise is probably not gonna go much further, and then they pull out the Jason Statham card, and it gets you. They're like, just when I thought I was out, pull me back in, and they get you hyped for Furious 7. But yeah, I love everything about Fast and Furious 6 though. To me, like that's like the best team they have throughout the movies. Like you lose Leo and Santos, but you know they didn't really have a big role. Anyway,
No,
they were just there to be fun.
They were fun, and also they were friends with Vin Diesel.
They were friends with Vin Diesel, exactly. So you go to Furious 7, and to preface this, for those who don't know, Paul Walker passed away during the filming of Furious 7, so they had to use a lot of CGI trickery, and they had his brothers on set to finish his scenes. So a lot of people were like, are they going to kill him off? What's going to happen to him? So I think that's why.
It was much anticipated to see what this movie was going to bring.
All right, let's get to work.
Also, these trailers keep getting long.
Hey, Roman,
They do.
They are getting
Yes, you are.
We get to see how trailers have evolved from 2001 to now. I mean, I do find it funny that they did start the trailer off with this.
Think it can get any better, huh?
Here we go.
Yeah, this is the big set. This is the big stunt of the movie.
And they did this practically.
Yep.
Drop the fucking cars off the plane.
And we get the addition to his supercar and his muscle car they keep bringing everywhere.
Oh, shit.
And in truth, this is stuff they've been doing all over the place. This is as if they were seeing DVD players all over again. Or gas again. Here you got Brian O'Connor being the wiry, fast.
I'm gonna get you out of
I am
here.
an FBI agent. To secret agent. Look out. All that FBI training got him. I think it is all basically just a long section of the movie.
Yeah, it's not bad. And they show you how he.
He makes it.
They shouldn't even fucking show you how
Dominic Toretto. You don't know me.
Right? Back
You're
home.
about to.
Looks like the sons of London have followed us home. Remember Owen Shaw? This is his big bad brother. We're being hunted.
Oh yeah, they have to go to Saudi Arabia and
Get low when the whistle goes.
Abu Dhabi, right?
Now we talk.
They show race wars here too. Actual race wars.
Daddy's got a
last
work.
one.
This is a world that doesn't play by your rules.
The minigun. Mr. Nobody. Yeah, Mr. Nobody.
Like it or
God's Eye,
you and
all
your
that
friends
stuff.
are a part of it now.
I don't have
First
friends. I
real
got family.
usage as, what it became. Just like I got family.
Oh, I could sign up for a Fandango.
They gave him, oh man, remember that?
Yes.
I also love that they gave him a bucket of Coronas in the secret lair.
I remember, man. It's Furious 7, man. That, to me...
This is where we took steps into becoming a little bit more superhero-them.
Yeah, because they're dealing with secret agents now. Like, literal secret agents who don't have names. Kurt Russell's playing Mr. Nobody.
Mr. Nobody. Later, we got freaking, Scott Eastwood playing Little Nobody.
God, so this is the peak. This hit 1.5 billion. And that's because, people were curious about Brian's, how they're going to handle it.
That's true. That's very true.
That was the big question on everybody's mind. How are they going to handle his character now that the actor has passed away?
But this was also... When did Avengers Endgame come out?
Endgame? Or?
Yeah.
2019.
2019, right?
Yeah.
Endgame? When did Avengers come out?
First one?
Yeah.
2012.
So we're in post Avengers world.
Yeah, Age of Ultron came out a month after this.
Exactly. We're in a post Avengers world where the Avengers movie itself made, billions of dollars.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why this movie became what it became.
I guess. I mean, they kind of cracked the formula before Marvel did. They're
very true. But Marvel and them were neck and neck, making the box office become as big as it was. So 2012 was the first movie to reach over $1 billion in the box office, and then this was the second biggest movie in the world that did the exact same thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, as it should. People really wanted to know what was gonna go down with this character. So they, let's just say, they decided to retire his character.
That's right. At this point, from now till the end of this franchise, maybe
he's alive somewhere.
Brian O'Connor is retired, and he is taking care of little Jack O'Connor somewhere.
And he has another kid because Mia says she's pregnant again.
That's right.
They have 2 kids.
In this movie, she's pregnant again, so they have 2 kids.
And you can tell where they kind of changed the dialogue a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Especially at one point he is talking on the phone with her, and she's doing a lot of the talking, and he's just remember when I bought tuna sandwiches? They sucked, man. I remember those days.
I love the callback. Tuna, no crust.
Tuna, no crust, man.
Watch your back.
So I actually read the original script for this film, and the biggest difference I will list off. Sean, he gets a cameo in the movie, but he was actually with the team the entire time. But they were making Ludacris and Roman. They were making all these young jokes about him being a kid.
That's hilarious. Because at that point, he'll be already be in his mid-30s.
Lucas Black was probably 32 years old.
Yeah, he'd be he was already well into his 30s at this point.
We'll show you the scene. It's one of my favorite scenes in this movie because they show you the old footage of Tokyo Drift, and then right after it cuts to him with a receding hairline.
Thank you so much for letting us stay.
Not tonight, Twinkie.
This is how it plays.
Said he knew Han.
They show you the scene from Tokyo Drift.
I think this is pulled straight from that sequence.
Han said you was fast.
Yeah, it's what
But not that damn fast.
He said American muscle can't drift.
Han mentioned he left his enemies in the rear view.
Yeah, I remember this.
But it's so jarring.
It is very jarring. They're using... Well, they were trying to use a little bit of de-aging on it, but not that much. I mean, he still basically has the same forehead he had then. He still looked older then.
He looks great. I'm not trying to say he looks bad or anything, but he doesn't look like he's 17 anymore. You can't pull that off.
He doesn't look like he's 23.
Exactly. Of course, Giselle.
Yeah, Han had it the whole time.
Exactly. Han and Giselle were tight.
They were endgame.
He just never brought it up.
Never brought it up in Tokyo Drift.
That's the funniest
because remember, she died shooting that guy and fell into the shadows.
Like an angel in the night. So that's like the funniest thing with this is like it ties like directly into Tokyo Drift because now Jason Statham is the one that killed Han. It was like an assassination. So you're dealing with that, but yeah, I understand why they didn't bring Sean back because he's still supposed to be a kid. But another difference is Mr. Nobody dies.
Yes,
he dies. This is the original script. He dies in the original script. Ludacris gets with Ramsey. They hook up.
That's right. Ramsey is now the new competing love interest for Ludacris, and
she's a hacker.
She's a hacker. So
Tej
and her, Tej and her are like and I are tight now.
We didn't talk about that. Tej out of nowhere is like a hacker now.
Well, he went from being able to reprogram bridges, like
you
drop
mean
bridges
by flipping a switch.
He apparently did some hackery then, to then being able to be proficient in computer and being able to legitimately use computers to hack into systems, mainframes, things that people shouldn't be able to do with just a cell phone.
My God, off screen, and they try to hand wave this by saying because in Fast 5 he gets the fake save or the empty save.
They get Hobbs.
They ask Tej where'd you get this save? He's like, I had a life before you.
Yeah,
that's how they hand wave it. They're like, don't worry about it. I know stuff.
But that's just him saying I have contacts to be able to get things for me, not to hack into mainframes of computers to purchase a replica safe to the precise dimensions I need.
So they totally retcon his character. Well, not his whole character, but they just make him. You're a hacker now.
They revealed things we didn't know.
Oh God.
Again, it doesn't negate anything we had known previously of him. We just now know more of stuff we hadn't known previously.
Right.
Just like when we learned that Brian liked tuna no crust.
But yeah, this movie is basically about revenge. They're going after Deckard Shaw, who's the brother of Owen Shaw.
Well, Deckard Shaw is going for revenge against Dominic Toretto,
who fucked up Owen Shaw,
who hurt him real bad.
Yeah,
and
he's still alive,
but put him in the hospital. But because you bloodied my little brother's nose, I will end you.
I will destroy everybody you care about.
And
starting with the Asian man.
Starting with Han, who I apparently murdered deliberately. Again, in the sequence we saw,
it's a leap of faith.
Deliberately murdered Han.
So, for this movie to work, you definitely just have to take that leap. You have to suspend your belief. This was how it always happened.
You have to suspend your belief in a lot of things, which is one.
But this is the first big one right here.
Well, I say the first big one is the fact that Deckard Shaw can apparently just be anywhere.
He's a Terminator in this
He's a Terminator, but he's also inefficient. He shows up, he's like, ha ha, and then everyone scatters.
Because he shows up in their mission in the mountains out of nowhere.
Doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do shit. He pulls out a sniper, doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do anything.
And then he shows up in Abu Dhabi in the elevator.
And
doesn't even have to parachute in there. He just shows up.
Yeah, shoots a gun. Is
he has a grenade launcher.
Yeah. And then he gets
he knows where they're going to be without God's eye.
Without God's eye.
Just the MacGuffin in this movie.
So good at tracking
God's eye
that you would assume he already had it before the events of the movie. Which I can honestly believe if it was in the script prior.
What's hilarious is that they're looking for a man who's constantly behind them.
Exactly. You just have to wait. He'll show up.
Wait. They need God's eye to look for someone who's 2 blocks away.
Yeah, again, Kurt Russell goes out of his way, go hey man, maybe you'll just need a supercomputer that's able to find anyone in the world who never wants to be found. But apparently, will always be next to you because he's trying to find you.
He's trying to fuck you guys up.
So
he just has unlimited resources to get around.
So as far as we know, unlimited resources.
And this is before he teams up with Jaimin Hanzu's character, who's military guy.
Yeah,
he has a drone.
Hilarious that he's he's the secondary bad guy to freaking Shaw.
There's enough bad guys, man. Yeah, it's a little convoluted. The other ones are pretty simple. This one's just we're gonna have another bad guy, and then we're gonna have God's eye, which is gonna be able to detect you from anywhere on any surface, any reflection,
or some garbage.
The funniest thing is when they actually get God's Eye and they track down Shaw, and he's like, "Oh, it's 5 miles in the desert." He's over there. He's having lunch.
And I love that he also, however he does this, he's able to keep them at bay with like a single grenade in a plate.
Yeah.
Underneath a napkin. He's like, "Hey, don't make a move. I have a grenade." And everyone's like, "Oh shit!" And we're like, "You know the radius of that thing, right? Like a dude over there with a sniper rifle has you. Like, there's why the grenade?"
But yeah, The Rock he's like an extended camera.
Agent Hobbs, right?
But he does get a really
That's right.
fight scene.
I'm also the last man on Earth who's...
He has to.
It's a great fight. There's a rock bottom sequence that comes up in a little bit. There's a lot of glass, a lot of shatter. Exposed arms. That's right. 100%. I mean, these are the two guys you want to see. I mean, there's only two people you want to see Jason Statham be able to throw at. The Rock, Vin Diesel. And the movie, fulfills both.
So what happens?
Yep. Jumps out of the window. Okay, for every hit he did, I also hit him back. There it is.
We're not,
all of a sudden, the fight turned around.
And we're not joking. This is in their contract.
In their contract. Both you guys.
We're not making it Also, this is directed by James.
And
on me.
Later, Aquaman. Grenade, and in order to save Elena with her haircut.
There's another thing.
Right before this, yeah.
It goes nowhere.
Goes nowhere. And also, as we all know, cars are very soft to land on. Like he has a pillow of glass.
And you guess, of course, this fucking scene. I can't believe it.
Oh yeah, the 3-car jump, or the 3-building jump with the car,
which is pretty sick.
Sick moment. That's so
it's sick. Like they showed it in the trailer, but then there's another jump after that. Oh shit, we're gonna do it. It's great for a trailer.
Yes, it's trailer made.
It's perfect. The original ending was different. They were gonna like try to do like a Legion of Doom sort of thing.
Oh, so they were gonna bring even further like other enemies together.
They're gonna bring back Braga.
Had a feeling.
Shaw. That one guy in Fast 5 who lost his car. I think his name is Aziz. That's the one race that didn't show in part 5.
Oh, okay, that guy.
They're gonna bring him back, and of course Charlize Theron was like there. Maybe Verone. I don't remember.
I was gonna say Verone hasn't come back.
Maybe Verone.
Didn't die.
Actually, I think Verone was there too, and it was Charlize Theron like at the head of the table.
Of course.
But Paul Walker passed. And also, they were going to go on the run again. They were going to keep God's Eye for themselves.
Ooh,
they weren't going to give it to
so they weren't.
agency.
Yeah, so they weren't going to give it to Mr. Nobody.
Well, Mr. Nobody was dead.
Oh right, he died in the original script. He would have died.
People came anyway. They're like, "Hey, we're the agency. We need this," and they gave him a fake one, and then they ran off the grid.
I mean, they had Ramsey.
Yeah, so they went off the grid, and they were going to go out like not live in they're L.A. anymore. They were just going to be like pirates again. And after Paul Walker passed, they changed all that.
They just became superheroes.
Yeah, they just became superheroes that have an address that all their villains know about.
Yeah, they all live in the same spot. They all have family dinners.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I love Furious 7, but to me, it's like just weaker than the other one because at the end they're like playing football with Ramsey.
Also don't remember at the
fight.
end of 7 is also the fact that they like Jason Statham, Vin Diesel have a fight on top of the top of the car the car lot. The streets always win. He hits the ground, they all fall down, and freaking he dies. Vin Diesel is dead, and Letty gets her memories back.
I remember everything.
remembers everything, and it brings him back from the dead after a very super active moment by Paul Walker. He's like, come on, Dom! Get it! Come on, Dom! Get up, Dom! Come on! Oh, remember,
they always crash.
Yeah, because the first time he has a rolling cage in his car, so he doesn't have, he calls him a pussy. Again, he comes out.
The Rock flexes his cast.
Breaks out of his cast, uses a minigun, rams the ambulance. Shaw uses a piece of his car. Already had the leg up. Throws the gun away for
you thought this was going to be a street fight?
I remember the
honorable fight. Yes, I've seen this. Yes.
Came out so good.
You're goddamn right it is.
And I would also say that he'll probably these two weapon masters are going at it.
I feel like everything here is great.
He fights Tony Jaa and then he drops him out of a fucking elevator shaft.
The whole third act is about getting a
Saying within the also remember the Rock also like no hand or grenade bag onto the fucking helicopter later. No, Vin Diesel does that. The Rock sees it immediately knows that it's a grenade bag.
Yeah. I mean, Furious 7 has its moments, but that's not my favorite.
I mean, this is where it starts
dwindling.
Not dwindling, but going into the absurd, which again, depending on who you are, can either take it or leave it.
And this is when Vin Diesel and The Rock stop getting along.
Yes, because after this,
they don't share a scene together anymore.
Yep. Hobbs and Shaw is like coming in the horizon.
Also, like Ramsey as a character, there's not a lot there.
There's not a lot there.
She's just there.
Mainly because there's too many people at this point.
Yeah, the cast is very big.
Cast is big.
Especially, we got Kurt Russell now.
Because remember what happens now, we lose Elena.
It's like the real Avengers. They swap out team members. People come back, people leave.
Sure, that's how the Avengers work.
But yeah, they don't give Ramsey anything until like the 9th one where she says she can't drive.
Yep, they give her a character arc or a piece of character trivia, which is, oh, I can't drive.
Which is so shitty. It's supposed to play for laughs. It's like, you can't fucking drive. You're useless. At least Tej can drive. I'm guessing this is
Yep.
Bad. So, go to the Fate of the Furious.
Big set piece.
These guys are taking this personal.
We get to see a moment in this history of like
that was complete destruction. What you want from me? I'm Roman Pierce, man.
Fully aware of who she is. They've been married. You remember this? Yeah, you remember the last movie?
Holy shit!
That's a good one.
I love it.
And then we get to see the.
You know what I like about you, Dom? You're a genuine outlaw, but you're family.
Hell of a job, brother. When we get back to the base, beer's on me.
He's about to go up against the only thing they can't handle.
Boom.
You.
Yeah, because he gets into because of the wreck, he gets put out. Not yet.
Did you ever think you'd betray your
they
family
show up
the way
here.
you did today?
Dominic Toretto
Hobbs gets arrested.
just turned on us.
Well, look at that.
Apparently.
I don't know why he's doing
He put him in a solitary room.
Put him like underground.
He was underground in a solitary room. Also, Scott Eastwood.
High-tech
Also New York.
And now, she's working with your guy.
The Avengers. Yes.
I think I
The
found
new
my team.
Ryan
This should
O'Connor.
be interesting.
Want to play like that?
Like that car is so strong. Such a strong car.
Ouch.
This is impossible. Which is why
that's right. We gotta break them out.
I will beat you like a Cherokee drum.
Technically, Jason Statham becomes the new Brian O'Connor. He's a wire fast guy. He's a fighter.
if you're gonna catch Dom, you guys are gonna work together.
Surprise.
I just fell in love.
Also, this is where reveals are occur, because in this movie, not only does Statham become part of the team, Statham is also revealed not to be as evil as we all thought he was. All those zombie cars.
Don't give a damn. I'm taking you down. So right over.
Revealed that he has a mother, played by Helen Mirren. But also that he was he didn't do all the things that they said he did. For yeah.
Because his team was
Again, him and Ian Shaw all worked with Cypher. This is where we revealed that there was a bigger bad.
Oh shit! We're gonna need a bigger
Did they show the sequence with no? I thought they were gonna show the sequence with The Rock manually.
That's the second trailer.
That's the second trailer? Okay.
I'm glad I didn't see that trailer, because when I saw that in the theater, I was like,
I'm glad I didn't see any of these trailers.
No, I always watch
oh, Letty.
That's my boo. My boo.
Again, very glad to see. I tried to watch none of these trailers.
There's 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's a 3 minute. Yeah, so we can see the very the very change. Yeah.
Is the excess
showing us more, showing us actual full on scenes, uncut from a movie.
Yeah, they were just like, we're gonna show everything. You guys are gonna watch it.
What was the box office on this one?
I'm trying to get to there. I'm trying to get.
I mean, we're in 7 right now. We're still in 7.
So I think it was $1 billion. Yeah, it's 1.2.
1.2 billion. Not bad.
Still above $1 billion.
Still above $1 billion. Again, made these people rich as fuck.
So it kind of just shows that, even though people love Paul Walker, they weren't really coming for Paul Walker.
No. I mean, at this point, they were coming for the spectacle.
Yeah, they were coming for the candy.
Exactly, because we all saw how crazy it had become at this point. So, and also, to support and to show these movies, we needed to see where the story was going.
Okay.
I mean, that's fans became fans.
That's
people
true.
became big fans of these movies. I mean,
the story is Dom gets blackmailed.
Yes.
Into doing things for Cypher, who's been pulling the strings.
Remember, we also begin this movie with a race. Dominic's cousin or some shit.
Oh my god, yeah, the race in Cuba.
The race in Cuba. It's not the it's not the car, it's the driver.
And the reason they put that race in there is because Paul Walker requested that they would go back to their roots.
Nice.
And have more races. So that's the reason why that race is in there. Because
very
it really has nothing to do with anything except his cousin showing up randomly.
Exactly. To show off that he has a cousin apparently in Cuba.
And that's it.
And to also again nebulously say, what are you? Are you Cuban? You can't be.
The race is so ridiculous. He takes all the parts off.
He strips the car to make it run faster.
And then it goes on fire, and then he drives backwards.
It avoids a kid and then smashes the car into a fucking thing. Wins, but that's how he gets a favor for later. Or he goes on a quest, gets an item, and then he uses it later in the movie.
Where are they going?
I don't know. Let's go.
I mean, that's exactly how this is built, man. Takes the hood, takes everything off the door, takes the light
Ghosted.
This guy tries to cheat. I said, this guy tries to cheat.
Adios, Toretto.
Okay, Buster. Let's see if this works.
Screen time is pretty much split.
Yeah, like, at this point, The Rock.
Yeah, he's the second.
He's the second biggest lead.
The ending they did go with in Furious 7 was very touching, very heartwarming.
Splitting off road.
I was weeping.
If
you have a heart, you would definitely weep. The song was perfect. People play that song every time like a celebrity dies.
It's just like when they play Green Day.
But yeah, then you have to. They move on without Brian, and to me, this story would have been so much more impactful if they had Brian there, because you have Dom.
I agree.
Basically turning coat. And yeah, The Rock is there, Letty's there, whatever.
This would have been a little bit more impactful.
It would have had way more
weight to it.
And his sister's not even there, too.
Yep.
Mia's not even there. So
because before we get into the next movie, it's because Mia is with Brian.
Yeah.
Over there.
But
remember, as Letty says, we all agreed he's retired.
We don't bring Brian and Mia into this. We talked about this. But even without them, it's still a great film, Again, it's all about the set pieces, and you care about the family. And then you find out Dom had a baby with Elena that she just forgot to mention.
Well, because she disappeared after her Letty and Dom got back together, and she just kept it to herself.
I don't know what that says.
But because you can't have two love interests.
She didn't want child support, I guess.
No, she was fine. She was fine raising a baby. The only love that she was able to keep.
But unfortunately, she gets fridged.
She gets,
which seems to be
the
only fucking death that sticks in this whole franchise.
She for now resides with Johnny, Tran, Jesse, and that's it. Vince.
That's about it.
Until Vince comes back next.
But no, this movie is still a lot of fun. I love The Rock's team going after Dom. The whole scene in New York City.
I love that sequence in New York City.
It's about time they did anything in New York. The whole fucking submarine at the end.
The nuclear submarine. The fact that they were at this point legitimately saving the world.
Yeah.
Also, the zombie cars are really cool. But this is again, you went from fighting, stealing TV DVD combos, fighting Barone, a drug dealer from a Cuban drug dealer.
The whole Mexico thing.
Before that, they had to just Lucas, Lucas
Sean
Black.
did that by himself.
Sean had to gain the respect of the Japanese yakuza.
Heart of the cards.
Having to the Mexico drug cartel Braga's whole thing.
Stole the vaults of money.
Yeah, again defeating a criminal lord from Rio de Janeiro.
Fighting Owen Shaw.
Who
had a nightshade device that we never saw.
That's true.
We don't know what it did.
He just had
a really important device.
Yeah, really important device on a tank. They had to fight their evil counterparts who were just very good at doing what their jobs were, which is evil in general.
Had to fight the Terminator.
Had to fight what essentially was an ineffectual Terminator, but also a African drug lord,
African military guy.
Yeah, African despot, to
was enough time
to then fighting fucking the leader of Cobra or some shit, fighting Cobra Commander,
to making sure a nuclear.
You making sure a nuclear missile was not launched that would destroy a city. Legitimately, that was the stakes of 8. They had to fight generally Cobra from G.I. Joe.
The stakes have never been higher, my friend.
Until we get here.
Oh my god. F9. Do you want to talk about Hobbs and Shaw? I don't mind.
Do you want to do Hobbs and Shaw? We can do Hobbs and Shaw.
We can do Hobbs and Shaw real quick, because I do not like Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw is an interesting idea for a movie.
I think these guys work well as part of an ensemble, but alone,
this is the second trailer.
They're kind of fucking insufferable.
Let me see if I can find the first trailer.
I love Jason Statham joining the team, but it did make it predictable.
Like, you got paired with like The Odd Couple.
I've never seen any of these trailers, so this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that one.
So yeah, basically they got a spin-off.
I'm dealing with the future of the planet.
I mean, you wanted to see where he was getting Idris Elba like showcasing this movie, which I love. I
am human evolution.
He's the Black Superman. Does you remember Black Superman? I will say that. I think they wasted him. I think he could have been used somewhere else, better, much better.
Bad guy.
But you also had
mission has been
Vanessa Kirby, future Susan Storm.
We need help.
To be The Rock's love interest, which is question mark.
Our target's name
we also learned
Brixton.
We get to see more of The Rock's family. Not only just his daughter, who we're
best
introducing
trackers in the business.
In 7.
Luke Hobbs.
Or 8.
I'm what you call an ice cold can of whoop ass.
Career lawman. Always gets his guy. We're gonna need to
What,
operate
for his
outside
family?
the system.
No, we're gonna take it in Hawaii.
Deckard Shaw.
I'm what you might call a
Wait, Hawaiian.
champagne problem.
Rogue former MI6 agent. Doesn't play well with others.
I mean, the same thing with him. It's like, why did they have to be
You
his
guys
sister?
have to work together.
Why the hell Miranos have to show up at the end of the movie?
No way.
Everything of their family is forced into game.
This job.
Because it was amazing.
Stealth.
The Fast and Furious franchise has also freaking Kevin Hart in this movie.
Ryan Reynolds is in this.
Ryan Reynolds is in this movie. You're right.
Will be my fourth time.
Me too.
I don't like this movie because
I'm really good at it.
You have no idea what we're dealing with.
Yeah, 100%. I do not disagree. They are playing the same guy as one another.
Hobbs and Shaw.
I agree.
You want a war?
Worst part is Ryan Reynolds approaches
You've got one.
The Rock
Remember
says,
me?
"I work alone."
I work alone.
Which is like,
Like, you work with a team. You work with a full team. Even before you worked with the, Vin Diesel and Dom Toretto and all of them. You worked with hand-selected people.
That's what I'm saying. Like they retcon this character, but it doesn't make sense because the same writer who's been writing these since Tokyo Drift wrote this.
So they're well aware of how you function.
I don't know.
3 shocks will kill a man. There we go. It's a bad guy speech.
You know why?
You had
Got the
to have
American.
your big mouth, didn't you, huh?
Yeah, I thought it was a cool thing to say in the moment.
Also, the little computer voice at the end, they wanted Keanu
Who?
Reeves.
That'd be cool.
They wanted him.
I 100% am still under the impression that it's Jesse come back from the dead because he's really good with me. If Tej had super hacker background hidden away because he's able to hit a switch to like do a drawbridge, Jesse has super hacker backgrounds because remember when freaking Brian was all like, "Yo, man, you should go to school for something." It's like, "Nah, man, I got that ADD." I got an ADHD.
Let's get a refill before we do the next one. Yeah, man, Hobbs and Shaw is not my tempo. I love those actors. I mean, they're great, but here they're just playing to their ego.
100%. Again, the whole Vanessa Kirby situation is
she was cool.
She's
I like
great,
her.
but I do say that she's underutilized and also detrimentally so, making her The Rock's girlfriend. Where it goes nowhere. There is no
It's
chemistry.
so platonic.
Yeah, it's very platonic.
It's like she's playing his sister. It's just like, man, like it just. They should, if it was named anything else, I would have been like, this was a cool movie. But the fact that they're trying to like make it into the Fast and Furious mythos and pretend that The Rock never worked with a group of people before, that just kind of shits on everything that came before it. It's like, that's not important. Fuck these guys. All they had to do was say like, yo, Dom's on another mission or something. They could have done it in a more respectful way, but at this point in time,
they were on the outs.
Dwayne Johnson didn't like Vin Diesel. He didn't like Tyrese. He was like,
as they said,
asses.
when two alpha dogs or...
And Tyrese was pissed that he was even getting a spinoff because he wanted him to, be an F9. Because Tyrese needed to play child support. But yeah. And this movie just keeps going, man. It's very loud.
And now we are in...
It's F9, the Fast Saga.
Officially called the Fast Saga.
I used to live my life.
He brought it back.
At a time.
There's a lot of things brought back.
But things change.
So he calls his kid Brian, which
I
doesn't
will
make
always
sense.
be in your heart.
Alive and well.
Little Brian, I have a gift for you.
I still say that he should have been called.
Your daddy gave me
that would have been more.
It would have made more sense.
Would have made more sense.
Special.
And it would have been for the fans.
From what's coming.
Clutch that. Remember when he made that into like a tracking device?
All right, Dom. What's next?
And this is the movie of greatest reveals.
I am not too big compared to you.
No one outruns their
What
past.
sucks about Hobbs and Shaw?
I am more easy. You trying your best to become me.
But then this movie's lacking because
it doesn't have The Rock.
Just caught up to me.
And in order
both suffer.
In order to replace The Rock, we're replacing The Rock with another WWE superstar, who is fantastic. I still think he's fantastic. I think he's in general, he's a fantastic.
In general, yeah.
I do think he's not utilized well. His Samson moment, that's great. He's able to hold back like 20 guys.
Jacob is Dom's
Here it is,
brother.
the reveal of Dominic Toretto's brother.
Your whole life, you pushed yourself.
Never been mentioned.
Faster than Dom.
Not once. Not even when they were doing the background checks. That you're like, oh yeah, Dominic Toretto,
Stronger than Dom. But could you kill
Also, we get Charlize Theron back at Cypher with a new haircut.
Because I'm ready if you are.
And don't get used to her. She's only in this movie.
There's nothing more powerful
she'll
than
come
love
back
of
for
family.
something else
If you
later.
turn that into anger, there's nothing more dangerous.
Maybe this is the end, but we gonna go out together.
That's very true.
I'd ride to the death with you.
Also, the reveal of other facts that happen here. Yeah, Mia can kick ass.
Let's get to work.
Please tell me
the
that's
kids,
not a
the kids
Pontiac
are all
strapped to
grown
a
up in
rocket
front of the
engine?
rocket scientists now.
I know.
No, that's not impressive.
Because we need to bring again with we're losing Paul Walker. They want to also bring back more characters that they had prior. Yep, that's stolen from Dark Knight.
I came here to take you down.
Oh yeah, the greatest thing of all time.
This is my world.
I'm able to fucking. Well, before this car gets stealth plane, grab, and it's out of here. Yup.
Damn, they got a magnet.
That's
plane?
right. That's right, Ludacris.
Hold on.
But here we go.
Tell me you're not thinking what I think you're thinking. There's no bread.
Fucking looks at it, figures it out, knows that it'll work, and uses a car to fucking Spider-Man swing to another mountain. He's very action man. You're right. He saw the code. He put it on his head. He rolled a natural 20, and the DM said, "Well, I guess we have to." And again. Yep, I hate that this was in the trailer.
Nice clubhouse.
Shit is coming because it is justice for Han movement.
Yeah, so when it was revealed that Jason Statham's character killed Han, and then he ended up joining the crew in Part 8, people were pissed
off. It's like you
were like, what the fuck?
You added the murderer of your friend
to the team,
and you were cool with, and not only that, you invited him to the cookout.
Yes, he stayed for the cookout, and he saved Little B.
He saved Little B.
Little B. So I love like the first half hour of this movie. It's great. They're in the jungle doing stupid shit like that.
Mr. Nobody dies.
Yeah, so this whole plot kicks off because Mr. Nobody sends them like a SOS. And that's the only time you see him, besides of that flashback with Han. I wonder how much he got paid for that.
I do love now we get to the moments where apparently the screen wipes him out of the picture to be like, he never died. And I'm like, wait a second.
Alright, so we're just jumping into that. Alright, Han's death. Yeah, Han's death gets retconned.
Yes, totally retconned.
It was in Tokyo Drift, he was just
T-boned
by a stranger.
Like they were doing a dangerous drive to the city and
T-boned by a stranger. Freak accident.
Freak accident.
Number 6, they showed it wasn't an accident.
It was intentional.
Murder by Deckard Shaw.
Exactly. For revenge for getting his brother's nose bloody.
And this one, he's like, he was saved off screen by Mr. Nobody.
He did a screen transition, and Han wasn't there anymore.
He wasn't in the car.
And maybe he never was. But apparently he did that because of whatever reasons. And then he did missions for Mr. Nobody.
It was so bad. Like, the way they... Like, I knew going in it was going to be that. Because what else could it be? What else could they possibly have said? Like, oh, this is not Han. This is his twin brother. Like,
I mean, that wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities.
I would have accepted that.
Again, the sheer fact that we're introduced to Dominic Toretto's blood brother in this movie.
That's another thing. You have to take so many leaps of, like... You have to suspend your disbelief to, like, the max.
But again, this is telenovela territory. This is just a soap opera at this point.
Which is, like... This whole thing, this meme about family, and he has a brother that's just never even alluded to.
Never alluded to, not by him or his sister that we know of, or his cousin that we met in Cuba.
It's just, he has a brother now. We just didn't talk about it. It's just
or his mom that we meet later in the movie.
Oh, it's his grandma.
That's grandma. Still, though!
Yeah. It's because he wants to get these people, like, you know, places in the movie. It's just so much shit that you have to, like, be like, okay, well, yeah, you have to, like, put your disbelief in.
Yeah, you have to pause it. You'll be like, nah, it doesn't matter. And truth, since 7, that's where you technically live in. That you can't believe much of what's going on because at that point, almost everything is being rolled into a new universe.
Yeah, like F9, it suffers from the really over serious tone from the Part 4. He even does the fucking magic trick again. He sees shit that he was not in the room for. Right. For his dad, he sees that his dad is like struggling with money, like through a flashback. He's like, I get it now.
He's just remembering it, even though he wasn't in the room.
And the whole reason he cut his brother off because he thinks his brother killed their father.
Intentionally fucked up the car. Yeah.
Which he intentionally did fuck up the car.
For his dad.
His dad told him to.
For his dad.
And his dad told him, Jacob, which is John Cena's character, told Jacob he told Jacob to promise him, you can't tell Dom that I drew this race.
No matter what happens.
No matter what happens.
Even if I die in a fiery ball of death, you promise me that you won't tell your brother Dom that I told you to intentionally make me into a fiery ball of wreckage.
Even if he disowns you.
Even if he disowns you. Even if he goes to jail for murdering that guy who we both assumed was a guy who caught. Remember, that's also another thing. That's another thing.
So many things in the lore.
In the original, as we remember from the story from the first movie, we learned why Dominic Toretto goes to jail is because he intentionally beats the dude who he blamed for his father's death with a socket wrench, making him not okay. Mm-hmm. He literally makes this guy almost an invalid, and now is working as a janitor at a fucking school or some shit. And then later, we meet him again in the future. Like, so wait, so you knew that your brother did that, but yet you still beat that man to almost death. Yeah. And then later we learn, oh yeah, that's all your dad's the one who fucking set the whole thing up.
It is.
I still wait for his dad to come back from the dead.
This is the problem with going this far.
Yes.
into a franchise.
You take lore from before and then you
trying to weave everything together.
You recontextualize it into a weird system of what you got going on now. Also, what's his name? Shit, I'm forgetting his name now.
Jacob?
No, the other one, the guy who's like who plays freaking
Michael Rooker?
Yeah, Michael Rooker. Best friends with him and his it's like, remember your brother? He's like, family's all you got in life, man. And I'm gonna drink this Corona.
Oh my god. That's what really brings this movie down. It's just bad storytelling. It's just so
I mean,
bad.
they were never gonna be fucking pitch perfect fucking Shakespeare, but they were gonna be telenovelas.
But it's like it didn't have to be his brother.
To be completely honest, I love it.
Why couldn't it be a relative of the guy that killed their father?
Nah, I love it. I love that it's his brother. You know why? Because it is a ridiculous notion.
It is so ridiculous.
It's not only is a ridiculous notion that that you have a brother, but not only that, but your brother was taken in by the same dude 6 movies into the franchise, takes you in as a secret agent because, as we now learn, your brother betrays him. So he went to the Toretto line to find the guy who was an older brother of my best secret agent and used him to find God's Eye. It's like, but you trained him. This guy was not even trained, but was like, nah, he's Toretto's, man.
Yeah, like
which is why I want his father to have faked his death in that racing fucking.
He's gonna come
just so we could know, like, no, I had to fake my death because I was working for Mr. Nobody this entire time.
He's gonna come in the last movie.
Exactly. I want that so bad. I want his dad to have been like, no, I'm fucking James Bond. I've always been James Bond.
Yeah. On top of that, like you said, what are the odds that your brother is a super secret spy too?
Super secret spy. Trained by Mr.
People.
Nobody.
He has people too at his.
Yep.
Oh god. Just saying it out loud just really puts in perspective like how stupid this shit is.
And then
that's not even talking about the third act.
No.
This is just the story.
There's the ridiculous nature of it all. But I love, again, at the end of it, the turn of, oh no, I guess I wasn't always so evil. It's like, yeah, because I've also now cathartically learned at this moment, at this juncture, that our dad was to blame.
Not only that, like you said, was Jacob always evil, or was he just doing this because he wanted to take over the world?
He was slighted by his brother, and it's because years later, he decides to leave Mr. Nobody, and Mr. Nobody takes in his brother. He's like, oh, I feel slighted again because and then Charlize Theron shows up and is like,
I could use you. It's
want to prove you're the better brother?
It's so bad. It's so ridiculous.
It's just a family against family. It's a tale as old as time.
What is the device that they what's the MacGuffin in this movie? It controls like all the electronic things in the world.
Some shit like that.
And it's like the shape of an egg.
Yeah, some shit like that.
And it unlocks with a certain person's DNA code.
Sure.
Han has a secret daughter.
Oh, is it? No, yeah, he has. Yeah, because he went on a mission with Nobody, and then he had to take in the daughter of 2 people who got killed, and he takes care of her and like raises her, and she becomes the new Ramsey.
And her DNA code is the only thing that can unlock this device.
Yeah, exactly. Is she in 10? I don't think she's even in 10.
She's not in 10.
I hope
she's not even mentioned.
She's not even mentioned in 10, right? She should be in 10. She's the new Ramsey.
Her name is Elle.
Exactly. She's the new like super hacker wizard.
So yeah, there's another thing that it's totally not a retcon. Han had like a secret.
Who does Letty fight in this movie? Oh no, wait, did she fight anybody in this movie?
Did she fight anyone in this movie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She does a bunch of like motorcycle tricks because she's like the motorcycle person now.
She don't fight anybody.
I feel like it's like everyone normally has like a paired off fight.
Not in this one.
Does she?
I mean,
I guess she
Dom
doesn't.
Fights John Cena.
Yeah,
it's not a great fight.
Yeah, Dominic fights Jacob, but later, again, they also the Tyrese's entire thing in this movie, like he feels like he's super invincible. He's invincible now. Like bullets whiz past, he doesn't get shot once.
Which is like breaking the fourth wall. It's oh my god, we survived.
You got plot armor, baby. You realize you got plot armor.
So yeah, you got this dog shit story. Ironically, though, the best parts that I like are the flashbacks to like little Dominic Toretto.
I do love looking at an actor
flashbacks.
clearly who will never age up to look like Vin Diesel.
He is this guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He will never. Oh yeah, that's right. They also do a race at Nate.
He tries though.
Oh yeah, he tried. He tries to do the smolder. But I love that you look at him, and that's where he meets Lisa Santos. But it's also supposed to be like you're supposed to be. His race is supposed to be ambiguous.
What do you think? ¿Es una ilusión o es real?
But when you look at John Cena, you're like, yeah, white.
It's all about how you choose to see it.
Shit, I told you I was right.
I like him. Like, I like these scenes.
I'm Leo Santos.
Dom, what are you guys in for?
Driving while brown. Y también explotamos un banco. Chicos, pero ese no es el punto. Nos pararon porque somos negros, no porque explotamos.
Yep, you can see the young Letty, young Mia. There's Vince, Leon somewhere.
Leon is not in this scene, which further proves, like, do they hate this fucking
Leon, you only
Jesse's
got
in here somewhere.
Yeah. Which lends credence to me that Jesse will come back. Look at trying to be.
He's supposed to be dumb.
Trying to be the Dominic Toretto of the time.
Who wants next?
Oh, that's right.
I said, who wants next?
I got next.
I came back for that change.
Dom.
Jesse.
Yep.
Well, when'd you get out, man?
I said I got next.
See, all this
Vince
stuff,
never wore sleeves.
Come on, Dom. You don't want to race me and Buddy's
He wore
old
mesh
Charger.
shirts
Car don't make the
and
driver.
ate burgers.
See, I love it. The thing he does with his eyes is very
Here's how this goes. You win, you come back home. You lose, you keep driving. You don't stop. You don't ever come back.
All right, so
Now let's race.
the elephant in the room. They go to fucking space.
They go to space
because every person in this planet, even if they don't watch the movies, they're like, when are they gonna go to space? When are they gonna go to space?
Mainly because every movie was a series of one-upping each other.
So this time they go to space, and guess what? It's fucking boring.
Not only boring,
It's boring.
It's so ridiculous
and contrived
that it's. I can't believe you legitimately did this, because we felt like you jumped the shark a while back, but now it's like you jumped 10.
But my biggest problem with that is that they're winking to the audience, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe we're going to space!"
But they've always been winking at the audience. Again, the fact that the Rock
this
showed
more
up.
than ever, though. It's like, I'm driving a car in space. Like, you're taking.
All right, we're passing
50,000
feet.
Time to get
Shut
ready,
the fuck up and
boys.
go to space.
What we supposed to be doing? Put
John
these old
Boswell.
ass suits that ain't been used since World
Rocket
War I.
Scientist.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. You should be 21 in this movie.
Listen, these suits are just like space suits. They both account for pressure differential. Only thing is we may blow up like balloons just a little bit. That's the only difference.
What? We just hit the
They're
launch
both.
altitude.
Yeah.
You guys ready for a 5 count? No, man. I'm barely ready to go scuba diving in this old ass.
Remember Bow Wow? Figured out. What's his name again? Twink. Yeah, that's right. Right.
They go to space. Yeah, it's like, okay, you're driving the car in space. What else can you do?
Well, they needed to take out a fucking satellite or something.
A satellite.
They needed to take the satellite
They
physically.
couldn't hack it.
Nope.
Like they hacked so many
Off
things in
grid.
the past. They needed to go in person.
There was no connected point. Like Tej knows this. He's a genius.
I remember my mom watching this.
So was I.
She was dying.
Told you numbers don't lie.
She was like, no.
This is crazy.
Like, they did it. They legit went to space. Yeah. Exactly. You have to beat to the punch. Freaking Mission Impossible.
Man, how much
And all the fucking, all the garbage and
I eat candy when I get nervous.
Yeah, to me, this is and then on the ground they're doing the Dark Knight.
Yep.
It's like, okay, I've seen that. Yeah, fine, man. Like even with Han, like it's great that Han is back. Like at first I was like mad, but I was like, all right, like Han is cool people. I will allow.
I love the dude, but I do think he should have stayed dead.
He should have stayed dead. Yes.
He should have stayed dead.
He should have stayed dead. He's a great
again, the moment you open the door that, oh yeah, Han's back, I'm like, okay,
it's
Johnny
like,
Tran.
It's like I gave them Letty. I'm like, I'm glad Letty's back. Hell yeah, bring her back. That was great. Han, I was like,
the reason why I'm like, Letty's fine, even in the movie that showed her dying, never shows her shot.
No,
but it's also a recollection of Vin Diesel's, super memory.
Broken memories.
Like, we never see Letty shot. So, when they show her alive again, she was never officially killed on screen. So, but when you see Han's death, you see him like,
you see him
you
see him about to explode.
Yeah,
How the fuck is it getting out of
Exactly. There's no way he survives that. Yet he does.
That's why it's like, you're pushing it, man.
Hence why I'm like, that's the one scene that goes like, the moment you open this door, any of these fuckers can come back.
Oh yeah.
Any of these fuckers can come back. Thinking Jesse, like, again, his dad, remember, he kept going like, oh yeah, my dad, we read, pictures, I was gonna give my dad the car that I won. I was like, his dad's a supervillain now. His dad could come back and like, you killed my boy.
Well, here's like the biggest, like, you pointed this out to me. The movie starts with Mr. Nobody, like they're looking for him. They don't find him.
There's nobody.
They don't find him at all.
There's nobody.
He's just gone.
Yeah. Yet in the next movie, we get his daughter.
We get his daughter because he's away from the keyboard.
Because apparently this is a family-run agency.
Played by Brie Larson.
She
just wanted to be in this.
Yeah, she just wanted to be in the franchise. I'm like, great. But you know what? Again, I find it ridiculous that you're here. I find it hilarious that we didn't see a body for Kurt Russell. So I'm pretty sure he's alive somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the rumor is that Kurt Russell was supposed to be Brian's father. That's the rumor.
That's hilarious.
And I can see them going that way. If he, of course, still with us.
Like Brian's dad, oh yeah, why he wasn't around is because he was a secret agent for the world.
Same thing happened to Spider-Man.
I mean, it's the same thing as to why Jacob Toretto is like so amazing at what he does.
Happened to Hey Arnold, man. His family was just asleep.
Yeah.
Alright, we get to the last one so far. Let's wrap this shit up. But yeah, F9's at the bottom of my list. It's like, when I first saw it with you, it was like in the middle, but every time I watch it, it's just diminishing returns.
It's a ridiculous notion.
John Cena, bro, is such a snooze. And it's not his fault. I'm sure it's, he was directed that way.
His character 100% makes a 180 here.
It's not John Cena's fault. And also, this is the first one to not be written by Chris Morgan.
That's true.
They changed writers for the first time since the second movie. So, I feel like if Chris Morgan came back, things definitely would have been better. But, it's not the reality we live in.
Well, here we are.
I know that this road has been very
Mama
hard.
Toretto.
And yet here you are.
Han gets his hair back.
Building this magnificent
Oh, that's another thing. The post-credit scene.
What's going on in the head of
He sees Shaw.
He sees Shaw.
And then in this movie, he has long hair. So what he does is he puts his hair back to kind of match the continuity.
All right, here's Little B.
Doesn't work. Little B.
And this is also that movie that makes you go like, wait, how much time has passed?
A lot. Little B's like Toretto. The last movie was like,
and then we're also introduced to another character that was always there at the time.
Life filled with love and family.
He was just there to the side.
I never got that chance. You stole that from me. My future.
He was there, bro.
He was in the car.
He was in the car.
He was in the car when his dad gets killed right here.
And now,
I love this part.
Oh man,
I'm gonna break yours. Peace.
He's just really good with knives, apparently.
No, wait, to be fair, he's the best part of that movie.
He is 100%
The best part.
hamming it up. He's having a ball.
He saw John Cena and he was like,
Nah, I'm gonna do fucking. I'm gonna be the Joker.
He's coming for you with everything.
Brie Larson.
What's the plan, Dom? I'm not sure anymore.
Jacob's part of the family now.
Jacob's part of the family because the last movie.
Playing John Cena.
One of us might
Yes.
not come
Now
out
he's playing.
A total different personality.
but we have to fight.
Yeah, we have to fight. There you go. This is the wrestling move.
Never accept death when suffering is over.
I watched just this one before the movie came out. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a 3 minute round. Yeah, 4 minutes round. Yeah, and then you got Jack Reacher.
He's trying to tear us apart.
Now look here. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is part 1 of 2. Remember, it ended in a cliffhanger that even I was confused. I was like, we don't have so much. The movie can't wrap up yet. Oh, we're also introduced to another newly informed character, Elena's sister. Right over there.
You save.
Yep, that's Elena's sister.
Let's race.
You know, that's Little B's aunt.
Little B's
Oh yeah, he's committing manslaughter.
You still know how to drive? What do you think?
Yeah, Freddie Han and freaking Shaw are now friends.
Game recognizes game.
Ramsey has something to do. Oh yeah, create a ludicrous fight. That was a great. I did like that.
I'm coming for you, son.
Who said anything about landing?
Here they come.
At this point, man, you're either in or out. On this franchise. Because I remember F.
Oh yeah, remember? Because he could drive. He drives so much. He drives those hell can't control him. I mean, at least it doesn't show off the other stuff.
Good morning, sunshine. You gotta be kidding me.
Yep. Got said that Letty's gonna fight. Well, you know, Letty wanted to beat the shit out of her. She kissed her man.
That's where we're at right now. So yeah, Jason Momoa was just having a fucking blast on this movie. He's having a blast.
He's having a blast. He's hamming it up as a villain. I mean, he hams it up normally in almost all movies he does, but he's having a blast doing it as a bad guy.
As he should. Because, yeah, John Cena plays himself. He's like, fuck that last
Well,
movie.
he's playing now the new iteration of...
He's fun uncle guy.
Yeah. He's playing the iteration of him that most people love seeing. Goofy, awkward, you know, fun. Yeah, he's the peacemaker variation of him, like the character he is. Cock blockers, all these other movies he's been in.
Yeah, this is basically Infinity War for them. A lot of people get separated. There's a lot.
The entire team is like splintered. That's true.
5 different stories going on.
There are like 5 different stories going on.
The main one is Dom, and Dante just knows where Dom is at all times.
At all times. Well, he's Shaw.
Yeah, he's Shaw from part 7.
Exactly, he's Shaw now.
And at one point, he does get the God's Eye, but even before that, he just knows where he is at all times.
But that's also because he's... Well, we later learned that... what's his name in the movie? But Alan Richardson, who plays... who's Jack Reacher. But I forget what his character's name in the movie is. But he's with Dom.
He's with Dom?
Yeah, remember, he's with Dom most of the way. So that's...
So he's keeping tabs on him.
Exactly. We then later learned that he's been working with, Jason Momoa's character the entire time.
Yeah, look at the cast.
Yeah, he plays Ames.
Yeah, of course, Ames. Duh.
Yeah, the new leader of Mr. Nobody's Agency.
Fucking cast, though.
It's a stacked cast.
All of this money going to this cast.
How much did this movie make?
$750.
Not the best return.
Good. And then the last
and
one
especially how much it costs in comparison.
The last one made similar.
Yeah.
It's like around 7. Jacob, but this cast is insane. Man.
I mean, come on, you're paying.
Scott Eastwood came back.
Yeah, Scott Eastwood came back. But you paying for like all these people. You got freaking Helen Mirren in here. You got
Scott Eastwood should have been an F9 because they're looking for Mr. Nobody.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be the new Mr. Nobody, but
why wasn't he an F9?
Again, who knows?
Why did they get a plane from the guy that Brian's like punched in the face 3 times?
Oh yeah, oh no, that's freaking Shane Wiggums. I love Shane Wiggums.
Yeah. So in part 4, he's just a regular FBI agent.
Yep.
Brian punches him because he's a dick.
Yep.
In the 6th one, Brian goes on a side quest.
A whole side quest just to learn the shit we already knew.
He goes back.
I gotta talk to Braga in the prison.
He goes from London to LA for 2 days.
It's mainly to keep Brian away from everything else.
And then his FBI friend gets punched in the face again, so he can get into
Shea Wiggum, man,
holding. And then in part 9, he just has a plane for them. That should have been Miss Scott Eastwood.
It should have been Scott Eastwood.
Statistically, it makes more sense as Scott Eastwood because the mission is find Mr. Nobody.
That's true. I agree with you.
I guess Scott Eastwood was busy.
But I think Shea Wiggum is a better pull.
That's fine. If you like him too. But yeah, this cast is insane now. Oh, and who the fuck shows up at the end?
Gal Gadot, that's right. We now learn, much like Han, like I said, the moment you open Han's door, Giselle didn't die bloodied on a fucking tarmac, but in fact survived, cushioned somehow. And
she has no scars.
No scars. No identifiable wounds that we can see.
She
that
fell
may have
backward too, so she splat.
Maybe she landed on her car.
Oh, and Pete Davidson in this movie. Remember that?
That dumb scene. But again, Giselle comes out of a submarine, and it's like, wait till they get a load of me. And I'm like,
you can tell though when she pops up. In real life, she probably didn't know what the fuck she was doing.
Probably not.
They just open this hatch.
And
look around.
It's a full I bet there wasn't even a hatch. It's just
a full CGI.
Yeah, it's a full CGI area. So it's just like, hey, walk up here and do this. It's like, get a load of me.
She had no idea what she was doing.
So like, what? So where am I, guys? Oh, we'll figure it out later. Maybe we're in the planes. Who knows?
And then I remember when we saw that last year, I was like, I said out loud, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" And everybody was laughing.
And I was like, hell yeah, you're doing it. You're being ridiculous.
No one is a little dead.
Except for Jesse and Vince and
Elena.
And Elena. Until, again, I hope for the second part of this last part trilogy or whatever, that Jesse comes back as a cyborg, Johnny Tran comes back as a cyborg. Freaking Leon goes like, it was me all along, Tom. You guys forgot me. I've been mustering all these forces to be your Lex Luthor.
Instead of Jacob in F9, it should have been Leon.
That would have been fun. That would have been really cool.
It would have been cool because enough time has passed that people would have been like, wait, who the fuck
is Leon?
And then they would have showed a flashback and been like, oh,
and
another guy.
And it would have been great. They put you the flashback and it's all like, move along, pizza boy.
But yeah, man, like there's so many. This movie is a busy movie.
It's a busy movie.
It's busy as fuck.
It's a lot of moving parts.
If this is your first one, I don't know what you're doing.
No way. You
cannot.
You can't jump into Fast 10 at all.
The first 3 you can watch on their own.
As standalones, you can watch them all as a standalone.
Even a Fast 5.
I would say
6. Sure.
I would say
this one, no. You don't know. You'll be so confused.
Technically, I can say you can probably watch Fast 4 standalone.
You can pass, yeah, sure.
Like it's because it does well enough to introduce you to the characters all again.
It fills in the blanks.
Yeah, you do not need to know. You do know that they had history prior, but it's all filled into it's all filled in the movie itself.
So you get caught up pretty well. But at this point, Fast X, there's 10 million fucking people.
There's no way.
They bring back new people, like you said, Elena's sister.
Elena's sister gets
they
introduced.
They have the balls to make a fucking Mr. Nobody's daughter.
Again, we get told that a sequence in a movie 4 movies ago had 2 other characters in it.
They were just off screen.
They were just over there. If the camera panned over there, you would have saw them.
It is the most blatant use of retconning this franchise has ever done. But I'm okay with that because it's goofy and funny.
because in every way, much like freaking Michelle Rodriguez having explosive amnesia, or getting having to not only fight the man who took your wife and then made her into an assassin, but also fight his brother because he got slighted because he hurt him and put him in the hospital, and then killed his Japanese friend in Tokyo, only to later learn it's like, no, I was framed. I was set up in an event that I didn't even do. Even though after I T-boned him, I legitimately called you and went like, Dominic Toretto, you don't know me, but you will. And now we're supposed to understand that. It's like, no, he saw that happen and was like, Dominic Toretto, I just saw your best friend Han get T-boned. You don't know me, but you will.
Yeah. That's a dick move. Han, like, pretends he's dead. Doesn't give his friends a heads up.
Because like, Mr. Nobody showed up and were like, no.
The way they find him is so stupid, too. They get
it's almost as if anyone could have done it at any point. Like, we got to go to Han's place.
They get a postcard that's from Tokyo, but it has, like, the Mexican flag on it. And then Mia and Letty go to just some random part of Tokyo.
Random street, find the Mexican flag.
And they just see it in the window.
And like, well, I guess it's still there.
And they're like, oh man, we should check that out. Like, what the fuck are the odds?
And Han just shows up like, hey
man.
I've been waiting.
And after 9 movies, it's like the one scene they get together. They've never had a scene where they actually shot the shit.
That's true.
It's so
That's true.
jarring.
I mean, he shows up for that, for the cookout later.
Oh my god!
But it's the moment you bring back Han is like
it.
The moment
Everybody
you say
can come back.
It doesn't matter. Anyone who dies doesn't matter.
No, it's a comic book.
Not even like a comic book. It's just now just doesn't matter. Like the stakes don't mean shit.
Yeah, it's like totally off the rails. And that whole fucking I'm reading Pete Davidson's name. That whole scene with Pete Davidson is absolutely pointless.
Oh yeah, freaking out. So that's when Roman is all like, "Yeah, man, I got all my money right here."
No, Roman fights Tej.
He respects, but he keeps all his money on his person.
Eats a muffin
that's like, right, laced with fucking drugs.
Yeah, it goes nowhere. And then they have a stupid fight, and then Roman just has like powder.
He has powder.
He like blowing it.
Blows it in their face.
It's because they get nothing to do in the movie. They're just wandering around London for all.
And it's so weird that you attached Han with them.
Exactly. You bring him back from the dead only to have him dick around and be like, "Oh, we should go to Shaw's house."
Because I'm sure they're gonna have like a more expansive role in the next one where Han's gonna fight 3 dudes.
Christ, I hope so.
You know, him and Shaw are gonna go back to back. But didn't they do that in this movie?
They did. They fought.
Yeah, they fought back to back against a bunch of fucking assassins.
Fan service, like, oh, they're cool now. They squashed the beat. The Rock comes back as the
That's right. That's the big stinger at the end. The fact that The Rock is back in the franchise.
He's back in the franchise, but he's gonna get his own movie.
They're saying they're gonna make That's what I was talking about earlier. That apparently Hobbs and Shaw is still gonna have 2 is gonna happen.
Why? Just have him in the movie. Just don't have him have any scenes with Vin Diesel.
Well, clearly they have to get more about Vanessa Kirby and The Rock being together or something. Yeah.
Please.
All that chemistry that's gonna be wasted on the floor.
Yeah, the chemistry of 2.
We're gonna see
2 negative magnets.
We're gonna see 2 same guys once again having an argument with one another.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's hilarious saying that these guys can't be any more different than one another by showing the beginning sequence of this is how
he's drinking in a pub. He's drinking somewhere else in a bar.
He's drinking in a bar. He's drinking in a pub. Oh, this is how I make my eggs. This is how I make my eggs.
This is how I sleep in my bed.
Exactly. This is how I sleep in my bed. But then you look more. It's like you guys are so surface level. The same guy is ridiculous.
I want to see a movie about Dante.
That would be hilarious.
Dante origin.
But we already got Dante's origin.
Well, I want to see what he did in those 10 years.
He got
it took him 10 years.
Apparently, it took 10 years or whatever just to formulate this plan.
Yeah, the timeline doesn't make sense either. I'm not talking about the timeline.
That timeline's great,
especially the fucking kid. So this
little bees went from baby to, in 4 years' time.
This movie ends on a cliffhanger with the dam about to
explode.
And little B is I guess 8.
So the next time we see him, he's gonna be
14.
He's gonna be 14. How much time passed? In the seconds or nanoseconds that these bombs primed.
Well, they are either going to recast them or they're just going to play stupid. They're just not.
I wholly expect that they filmed the sequence when he was still a kid.
And all right, but then the sequence is over.
Yeah, but then the moment we get to the next sequence where they he is now 14, and everyone's gonna be like, "Yo, little B, you're growing up so fast, kid." He's like, "Yeah."
Like my daddy taught me.
When I killed all those men in that freaking gravel pit with Uncle Jacob, yeah, it grew me up real quick.
I grew up a quarter mile
of time.
Oh, that's another thing. They try to pretend like Jacob like sacrificed himself.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
James Bond car.
Yeah, whatever.
And then the crew, they're on the plane.
They get hit and they get shut down. Okay, we just need we just need everyone to finally get around the same era so they can once again get together to fight back against the man.
It's just so funny. Like they think their audience is stupid.
No, they're just setting up they know full well what they're doing. I don't even think that it's stupid. It's just we're making false stakes because you know they're gonna live, but we're gonna make it dramatic as possible because we have to. But you know Jacob's not dead, and you know they didn't die in that plane crash.
Because then their whole story would be like pointless. They don't do anything.
If they died, it would have been amazing. Legitimately, if they legitimately died, I would have been like, "Oh shit!" But no, you know they're not. But because if they did, then that means something. That's not pointless. It means something. Now, they're dead.
They're fucking dead.
But there's no way.
There's absolutely no way. Yeah, we've been talking for a while. Might beat the record.
How long is this?
3 hours.
I thought we were going to do less than 2.
Tried, man.
Well, there you go. I think it was like an hour just talking about Hobbs and Shaw.
Fuck Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah, I mean, my favorite part of Fast X is obviously the Rome sequence.
Oh, the giant ball of death.
Yeah. Dante even says, like, "Oh, this is a homage to my father's safe." And I love that. Like, I love cheesy shit like that. Like, yes, give me more of that, please. And I heard that Vin Diesel hated the way he, like, acted in this movie. And I'm like, dude, don't tone it down. That's the best part of the movie. Have him go back to back with Alan Richmond. Just be like supervillains, man, and have Cypher actually do something fucking evil for once.
Well, Cypher is gonna be part of the crew now.
She has a fucking submarine.
Yeah, she's part of the crew now.
Oh god,
I love that. No. Cypher is part of the team. It doesn't matter that she got Elena killed. We're gonna learn all of a sudden it was never me that killed Elena. I didn't even want that to happen. It was smoke and mirrors. Elena's not dead. I expect that to happen. Elena's not dead. I expect, because again, she was behind glass. You saw what we made you see. We used that same illusion technique.
Bullshit.
I fully, if Cypher's part of the team, I fully expect them to be like, well, we have to make her, a good guy.
They're not going to kill her off.
Nope.
She's probably going to get arrested by the agency.
Probably.
But she's going to do something like help them.
Exactly. I'm just expecting, she's not as bad as you think. And then Jacob's go like, Elena's not dead, like Dom.
Yeah, oh my.
And he's like, wait, what? Yeah, big brother. I have to make sure that we have to hide her away because.
I would throw my popcorn.
Because because Dante was targeting her. It's like, oh wait, you tell me, Dante was targeting Elena. Yeah, Dante was targeting Elena. So we had to fake her death in an elaborate way of putting her with Cypher. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We just knew that we had to keep her alive. The mother of your child is alive. Also, she got another baby.
It's mine.
No, it's yours, Dom. It's always been yours. Dom, I'm your little brother. I'm impotent.
Yeah, Fast X. Fast X is a fucking. It's a mood.
It's a mood, man. I love it. all these movies. Just rewatching all these trailers, I'm like, yeah, man, these fucking movies are fucking ridiculous, and I love them because of how stupid they are.
They blow up the Vatican.
That would be the next one. If they blew up the Vatican, that'd be fucking great.
They did. The bomb went off right outside.
Wait, they did that. I want them to blow up even more. So they gotta go to the White House.
I want them to incorporate a monster truck somehow. It's amazing that they haven't done that
to be completely honest, to be honest, no joke, no lie, I wish they teamed up with Transformers.
Well, G.I. Joe's doing that.
I know. I wish it was the Fast and the Furious. If Dominic Toretto had to be like, I gotta drive fucking like Prowl or fucking Optimus Prime, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Well, it's Universal, so they could team up with like Jurassic World.
Exactly. They can also fight dinosaurs.
I want them to do the monster truck thing. It's crazy that they haven't done that. I saw a monster truck in fucking Roadhouse. Like, come on, guys.
Man, monster trucks are played out. It should be
I want a monster
Optimus
truck with
Prime.
Nas.
Optimus Prime. They gotta fight Megatron. Dominic Toretto's like, you do this because of family, and he's like, I do this for the right of all sentient beings.
No,
and he's like,
they need to drive a monster truck away from like a volcano that's erupting.
Exactly. With Optimus Prime, Transformers like, no, Dominic, my best friend. Dominic Toretto, my best friend.
Yeah, it's crazy. But this movie also has like the glaring issue of like, well, Paul Walker's not here.
Yep.
He should be in this movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100%. Mia just fucks off. He's like, oh, I gotta go to Brian and the kids, man. And you can't see what they're doing because Brian not there.
He's going to school, or taking a little.
Do you think they'll like do a CGI Paul Walker in the next one, like for a cameo?
Like for a cameo, maybe.
I think they would.
For a small bit, probably.
A small, like, saving the day.
Because to be completely honest, not even saving the day. All I need him to do is show up to the cookout. That's what they should do. Because every time the cookout is happening in these last few movies,
he's been gone.
He's not there, which is weird.
Well, he shows up in F9, but like he's like that's like the last thing you see.
You see a car pull up.
Car pull up. That's it.
But that's it. Like, that's cool. I enjoy that. But it's like, he's not sitting at the table. He's not there. You could even just hire someone. Like, you have one of his brother. You don't even need to put his face. You just like, back of his head. That's figured. He's like, oh, I'm taking good to baby. And he's like, hey, Brian. He's like, that's it.
Yeah.
Because every time you say, nah, Brian's not here. Brian's retired. Brian's running late. Brian's in traffic.
It's a drag, man.
Brian's talking to Shea Wiggum. That's because Shea Wiggum got punched in the face again.
I hope Scott Eastwood is okay. They never show what happened to him.
Never show what happened to Scott Eastwood.
You don't know if he's still part of the agency. You don't know if he got caught by the police. They said, fuck him.
Yeah, I wish Scott Eastwood was fine. He'll show up again.
I don't even know why they even had him in this.
Because he's freaking Eastwood's son. Of course you're going to have him.
Should have just had Brie Larson show up.
Well, that's why she's little nobody. She's whatever nobody. Mrs. Nobody, every what they call her.
Too many characters. But I hope the next one's like 3 hours long. We get everybody coming back.
6 hours.
Hector.
Hector needs to be hard
girl from Too Fast.
Leon.
Monica Fuentes.
Braga.
Gina
Barone. Gina Carano.
Ronda
Rousey. Because, freaking...
Jaimon Hanzu.
Michelle Rodriguez needs to fight at least 3 women in this movie. She needs to have her moment of fighting like 3 people.
Alright, we'll see, man. But if you've been listening, watching,
thank you for listening.
Thank you for being a part of this. I hope Thanksgiving goes well, or it went well.
Hope your turkey day is filled with glorious food, exuberant drinks, and friendly smiles.
Yeah. No talk of politics.
Well, you gotta bring up politics.
I'm saying that they don't argue about politics.
You just brought it up. Why you gotta bring it up?
I'm saying, that I hope that
you have to put it in their minds. It's fucked up.
Happen, man.
It's fucked up.
All right, man. Frankie Blaze, thank you for joining me on this journey.
Hey, man. Until I see you again, friend. Oh! Oh!
Alright.
Yeah, that's how you end it.
Good night.
Better not say that good night. It needs to end just going into that song.
Yoko and Frisky Dimensional Ring. Yoko and Frisky Dimensional Ring.
Edited in, man.
No, it's still recording. I was gonna show them the picture of me and Vin Diesel. This is the after credits. See, I have to pee.
Yep.
Oh my god, I can't even like. There it is. This is me and Vin Diesel. We're best friends. Oh wait, there we go. That's me and Vin Diesel in Vegas. Okay, now we're done.